We are the weirdos, mister.
Hi, hello, it's me, Audra, the messiah of nonsense, and your unlicensed therapist, and also a lover of dead television. Today, we are going to be looking at, I'm going to say an appearance, because I'm really tired of calling these interviews because they're just not really interviews anymore. They're like more appearances where celebrities can just show up and talk about whatever dumb thing they want to talk about. And recently, Chappell Roan showed up on the Call Her Daddy podcast. For those of you who don't know who Chappell Roan is, she has a song called Pink Pony Club, which ironically, I only heard because a black artist covered her song, a black indie artist covered her song, and it's actually quite good. Ironically, I found it from other artists, not really her. And she's not, there's nothing, I don't have a problem with Chappell Roan. Listen, I don't dislike her music or anything. I just have a thing where a lot of times I enjoy like the metal covers of somebody's music more than I like their music. Anyway, she's an artist who, contrary to popular belief, she did not just like blow up overnight. She'd been making music for quite a long time and then finally got her flowers. And she is part of the queer community. I'm not going to take that from her. I know that there's stuff kind of circulating that she's utilized the queer community so that she can sell her music. But she is part of the community. I will say that you can be part of a community and take advantage of it. Black people know that well. So you can like use the fact that you are from that community to bolster your career. So here she is. I'm going to actually speed this up and I'm going to swap us over to where we can see what she's doing. First of all, I would like to talk. I don't know why there's a big red button in the middle, but okay. Is it a plate? Is it an ashtray? We don't know. The outfit, I'm not into her fashion, and that is okay. For me, it's a different maximalist that I'm not into. So it used to be, I can't remember what it used to be, but it was still call her daddy. But now it's just her. There were two of them. A whole thing happened. Also, Dave Portnoy says he lost like $7 million when Trump crashed the stock market. And I'm like, good. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. All right, so I have it here on 1.25 speed. I'm hoping that they're not going to do that thing where they try to do a lot of introductions. Are you ready? Here we go.
What is up, Daddy Gang? It is your...
That was odd.
What is up, Daddy Gang? It is your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy. Chappell Roan, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you.
I am so happy to be meeting you. I'm such a fan, so this is like a very cool moment. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
I have to tell you, everyone always wants to do like early interviews. I'm not a morning person, so this is like one of the later interviews I've done. Are you a night person?
I like both. I have insomnia.
Oh.
So really?
Listen, when you have insomnia, like, I hate when people are like, are you a morning person or a night person? Like, I'm whichever one is working for me. Sometimes I'm a morning person, and so sometimes I'm a night person. It just depends on which way the sleep situation is going. Like when I'm not working or I have like some significant time off, I'll become a night person for a while because I sleep in the daytime, especially during the summer. Baby, like if this was my full-time job, I promise you all summer, like all of my streams would be at night for like a good month and a half because I love sleeping in the sunshine. Like I adore it.
It's like I'm an all day, all night person until I take my pills.
Okay, great. So you're just up.
I'm up.
You're with me right now.
I am.
Good to know. Okay, good to know. Talk to me about what you are wearing. This is everything. How did you pick this?
It's not.
Well, I'm styled by Genesis Webb, but I'm wearing Tom Brown, and some of this is archival, which is amazing. But it's like a little white and red.
Hello, knock knock. Not to be a total old loser, but what does archival mean in regards to fashion? I don't understand fashion because, again, sweatpants, okay, babes? Sweatpants is my language. See, sweatpants and funny socks. Listen, don't feed people. That one was for free. Also, drop a super chat if you like them, because I was being generous. I'm just kidding. Sweatpants, okay? That is my fashion. My fashion is sweatpants and leggings. That is from the archives, past collections and stuff. Old, like from the 1980s vault collection. Okay. Socks, fine. No socks, I'm running. Listen, if I got into feet life, I could probably quit my job. Moving on. Sex workers work. Always. always.
All of it's Tom Brown. It's just the best. He's the best.
It literally looks like you are the host of the show. And
No.
You look like you are running this room right now, and I'm the outsider. You look perfect.
Oh my God, thank you.
Okay, you're obviously known for your incredible, amazing outfits. What has been your favorite outfit to date that you've worn during a performance?
I wore one for Bonnaroo that was club kid themed, and it was latex, medical latex, sexy, kinky girl. And it is kind of like disturbing in a way, but I felt so awesome.
Okay,
I love that.
I was gonna say, now I need to go Google that.
Yeah, I look scary, but like I love look.
Now I need to Google it. Please hold while we Google this outfit, because she said, what? Oh, maybe it was this. I think my thing about her is always that I love the face makeup, always. But the outfits I just don't care for. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Is this the kinky girl outfit? I don't love it. I'm sorry if that's it. I'm not into it. We don't all have to agree on fashion, and that's okay.
Looking like kind of crazy and scary. But I love that. I mean, the Lollapalooza one was so fucking awesome because I got to wear tennis shoes.
Gov ball when you literally like were all green.
Okay, I don't think people know this. I had to spread my cheeks.
You're lying to me
No,
right
I
now.
just spread my cheeks and get sprayed with green. And like, it didn't come off. The way I got that off was I took 3 baths, not soap, dish soap. I literally.
A thing I wasn't ready for was, and I say a lot of wild shit. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't ready for her to say that she had to spread her cheeks. But also, a lot of people know that dish soap gets off like fucking everything. Dish soap is like a good friend of yours. Like if you get braids in your hair, like one of the things I will often do is spray down my roots with dish soap and like do that to like break up all of the stuff that they use to like braid your hair, all of the goop. Feffy, yes, I do think that as a society, we do need to know less about each other because I'm like, and listen, I'm an oversharer. I've overshared with y'all. I'm not going to apologize. I just wasn't prepared for her to say she had to spread her cheeks. Someone's got to tell her about coconut oil cosplayers could have helped her out. Some drag queens use dish soap to get their stage makeup off. Yeah, dish soap has been like a secret friend for a while, I fear. That is a thing.
Poured dish soap in and rubbed my whole body with coconut oil, jumped in, scrubbed with a literal like kitchen sponge, and all of it came off except there was a green tint to my skin, so I literally looked moldy for 4 days.
How like humbling when all of your fans are like, Queen, slay, you look gorgeous, and then you're home literally scrubbing your asshole and you're like,
No, yeah.
This is my life.
I was like scrubbing my like bikini lines and like my pubes were pulling out from it all. I'm not.
I do miss the days when we knew less about each other. I'm sorry. I'm not doing well. I'm not. I'm like, girl, there's just like a part of the, like, I don't, okay, continue, I guess.
I'm not even like lasered or anything.
It's so glamorous.
I just can't. Yeah.
I fucking love it. Okay, how do you usually though dress on a chill day? Like, are you always going hard glam? Are you always having an outfit?
Sometimes I love having an outfit, but usually not with glam like this. Like I'm not wearing a lash or, anything like that. Or nails, really. But I'm not in a lot of color. That's the thing. Like I'm in a lot of blacks and a lot of like taupes and whites and creams. Like nothing. Yeah.
Are you ever doing sweatpants?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sometimes.
Okay.
But I wear a lot of skirts. I'm very modest when it comes to my day-to-day. And I think it's just because, one, I feel like I'm in LA and I can dress like more masculine and not get like dirty looks. And so, but I feel like in other parts of the country, it's like, I just dress more feminine. So I don't I don't want to deal with it. You know,
isn't it so annoying when you're like, I don't even want to deal with these comments or these looks. So I'm going to just like blend in for you all. I don't want to, but I don't have the time of day.
Yeah.
So fuck off.
I used to dress fucking crazy though. Before like all of this happened and I had energy and like light in my eyes, I would literally just wear.
Sorry, did she just say when I had energy and light in my eyes? Like I feel, okay, listen, here's the thing. As a also depressive girly, like I don't know what to say about that. Like when I had light in my eyes, again, this is going to be my 5-year birthday because the light died a long time ago and I'm bringing it back. You know what I mean? Like friendship and things like that have helped me. But damn, girl. Yeah, the harassment from fans. Yeah. And I will say that one of the reasons I wanted to look at this is because the reality of being a public figure is that there's a level of stuff that you put out that fans can expect from you, that people who follow you or subscribe or whatever can expect from you. There's things that you have said and done or implied that show your morals, your values, and what side of the fence you're on, right? So people are like, I like you because blah, blah. You know, like people could like me because like you're queer, you're neurodivergent, you also have an unseen illness in EDS. Like they can do that. They can like, yeah. And I'm like, cool, because I've let that information out. But then there's the other side of it, which is that people ascribe traits and values to you that you did not imply or outwardly say. And there's like nothing you can do about that, because we're not designed to know people like you like that. And here's what I mean. When I post on Instagram, I'm not supposed to know that like 180 people liked my photo. Do you know what I mean? And celebrities back in the day didn't have this kind of access. Like in the 90s, you just didn't know how many people liked a photo or a tweet or like whatever. And I think it's bad for you. It's one of the reasons why like I really have to, with my videos, just back off and leave. You normally get like anywhere between 5 hours to 2 days that I'm commenting on something. It just depends on my work schedule. And then I just like disappear. I never to be seen again on that video, because it's not healthy to see that. I don't look at my analytics. I don't look at any of that shit. I know people, you're supposed to. And I wish I was kidding. I wish I was one of those people who's like trying to be like fancy, be like, I don't look at that stuff. No, I don't look at it for my health. Like I don't. My mental health would go crazy. I think that it is bad for you as a person to see that, whether you are a social media personality or not. It's bad for you to be able to see how many people agree with you on something or disagree with you on something. You're just not supposed to have that kind of access to what people think of you. And I just don't think it's good for us. So the thing is, she's not like baby. She's 27 years old. That's why it's interesting, because she's 27. I'm not saying 27 is old, but I'm also not going to say that that's young. It's not like she's 19. She's closer to 30 than her teen. It's just very interesting watching her do this, because it's like, I understand her being a little frustrated, but also it's just like, okay, there's the faction of people who are like, this is what you wanted, which isn't true. You people want to make, there are people who want to become famous and enjoy it. But like a wonderful video by Be The Commenter did on Megan Fox thought that she wanted that. And then when she got it, she was like, ooh, I don't like it. Now she's like an introvert, and she's like, no, I'm cool. I don't really want all my business out there. It's not what I thought it was going to be. I don't want fame. I think that would just be horrible for me. Like, I like being able to go places looking like the slovenly slob that I am. Thank you. You know, I like being able to leave my house and not have brushed my teeth yet.
My thong out, mini skirt, bottom ass cheeks out, nipples see-through in this fucking trash. I dress like really bimbo-y, and like I wore like silicone like breast like boob inserts to make my boobs come up to my fucking like up to my clavicle or whatever, and so I just like lost my shine.
Why?
Because it became my job, and then I was like, I'm fucking tired. And glam takes, I mean, at that time I wasn't like, I was just in my room high as fuck doing my makeup on TikTok live for 3 hours every night, and then I would go out in like this like insane drag makeup and like all these thrifted like 70s disco, always in fucking heels, just a maximalist. And that was so amazing. And then it just got to be like there was no separation.
Yeah.
Like I would be out as Kaylee in that, and then I would be on stage as that, and then there was like no separation. It just got, I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, what's the difference between Chappell and like,
I understand that now, because I've interviewed like,
I actually do get that. Also, I'm going to put it at 1.5 because they talking slow as shit. But for my ADHD, I'm just like, can we get to that point, please? Because it's taking too long as I talk too much. You're here for the unnecessarily long views of this is an unnecessarily long look at the Chappell Roan interview on Call Her Daddy. Oh my God, you said the title of the video in the video, bitch. Drop an ice cream cone and in the comments if you got excited. You did it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't do it. Yeah, they want the fame and not the harassment. And I understand what she's saying, because I think a lot of people, it's one of the reasons why when you are a content creator in general, you vacillate between wanting this to be a full-time job, because like most of our real life jobs are not a good time, but also not wanting this to be a full-time job, because like if it's a full-time job, then that means that it's your job and it's work. It's like work, work, work. And it feels like that's where you won't get that like good separation. Cause like when I drop this video, right, and I answer comments, but like I go to work, right? So if somebody leaves like a nasty comment or whatever, it doesn't negatively impact me. And part of this is autism as well. Like I'm like, you don't fucking know me, so I don't give a shit. Be mad. I don't know. And I don't mean it to be like rude or whatever. I'm just like, I don't know. What do you want me to say? Like, you don't like me. I don't give a fuck. I don't know you. Like, we're not friends. We don't hang out. So like, if you don't like me, it's not negatively impacting my life. I'm sorry. I can't stop laughing because it always cracks me up when someone does that. They're just like, you're a bitch. I'm like, oh no. Oh, you hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but it is. I'm just like, oh God, what am I gonna do? Cause like I have a full-time job that I work at. So like you coming up and be like, you suck, you know, like what am I supposed to do? Just like be upset. But I do think that having this as a full-time job might change some of that a little bit where you're like, oh no, does that mean everybody hates me? Yeah, it weirds me out when people start defending people they don't know in real life. Like you fucking watch them on a screen, pipe down. Yes. It's weird. Again, if I ever cultivate, I wouldn't, but if I ever somehow cultivated an audience of people who think that it's okay to like run after folks and dox them, like I'm quitting. That's weird. Stop it. Get some help for real.
Enough people to have that conversation in a healthy way, I think, is you have to find a way to actually know who you are when the lights and the cameras and everything go off, like who you are. And if you look the same exact and you act the same exact as you do on stage, then there is no separation and there's nothing that you can keep private for yourself and protect. So that makes sense as you've tried to kind of like give yourself basically your private life. Okay, you refer to yourself as a Midwest princess. What is the most Midwestern thing about you?
I say, oh, so much. Oh, I'm sorry. OPE. Say that a lot.
Is that a Midwestern thing?
I think so.
Oh, that's not from the Midwest.
I'm sorry. Sorry. You know, that, I still am like, I look at the gas prices here and I'm like, golly, over $4. That's crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck, bitch, you've been here for almost 10 years. Like, what are you talking about? It's never been under $4. I am one of the bitches that are like, well, we got here at the right time. We got at this restaurant right at the right time. Look at the line. I don't even care. Like, as if I've ever given a fuck. But I still say it. I'm like, stop. I get called out for saying roof instead of roof. But I was like, cement is how most people say it, but I was raised cement.
Like semen, but cement.
Yeah, cement.
Ooh.
And I say insurance, like different. There's like those things, but also it's like, I don't know. I wish it was more acceptable to like be barefoot. I wish that like, I don't know. I guess that's like more country, but I'll eat food off the ground and
So relatable. I also eat food off the ground. Not like the outside ground, but I did drop the bottom part of my drumstick ice cream cone and it fell on the carpet. And I put it up to the light to see if there was like any fuzz on it. There wasn't. And even if there was, I still popped that bitch back in my mouth. I'm not letting the bottom part of the drumstick go to waste, bitch. That's the chocolatey goodness. I do not care. You're not gonna, like, I'm not giving that up. I'm not giving it up. You know what I mean? Like I dropped a whole, like a half a bowl of like a Korean bowl. And there was a brief moment where I was contemplating eating it anyway. Like I really was. I was like, maybe I could just get that pork up off the ground. Like it'll be fine. But that was going to be too fuzzy for me. I'm going to eat it. It's my house. Judge me if you will. Don't care. I'm still going to do it. There are things that I'm going to do. I wish I could be barefoot more, but I can't because my body temperature doesn't regulate properly. So every time I'm not wearing like socks, like I'm like, I'm so cute. Like, I don't even know why I paint my toes. It's just for like aesthetic reasons in the shower. But like within like 10 minutes, like I'm shivering and I can't figure out why I'm cold. And it's because my toes are cold. Okay, if it's your own ground, that's different. I plead the fifth.
I
my car is so fucked up.
What kind of car do you drive?
Well, a beater. It's not a beater. That's actually really dramatic. It's my mom's old car. But it's just like, I'm not going to fix it. Yeah. Like, I'm just not going to fix it.
Wait, you drive your mom's old car?
I've never bought my own car.
Why not?
Why would you?
I'm like kind of embarrassed of cars, like in general. Like if someone has a really nice car, I'm like, it's too much. Too much. I don't, and also I know I'm going to fuck it up.
But when you were in your maximalist era, would you have gotten yourself a nice car or still that was like the one thing you wouldn't do?
I couldn't afford it. Yeah. It's like, I've never been a bitch to like with a car, you know? I just don't think it means anything.
I feel her on that. I don't give a shit about cars. I don't care. Like if you ask me what kind of car I'm driving, I can't tell you. Like I will get a car and you'll be like, what is it? I'm like, did you buy it? Yes. Do you know what it is? I don't know. It's a car. Like I just, it gets me from place to place. What do you want me to know about this thing? Yeah. Like, and like places do that when you go to do pickup and they're like, make a model of your car. And I'm like, it's red. I don't know and I don't care. And then I know that there's somebody who's gonna be like, girls know nothing about car. And I just don't give a shit. Like, I just don't care. It's not like a thing I need to care about. So if you're gonna be misogynistic about it, you know what I mean? Just, you know, grip your own balls hard and pull them down, because you deserve that. And if you like that, then don't do it, because you don't deserve it. See what I'm saying?
But to me, I guess it does, because I'm always like, ick.
I get what you mean. It's
like I just don't, if I see a Cybertruck, I'm like,
no, that shit is so fucking ugly. I can't. When I drive up next to it, I'm like, what in the brick ass shit is that?
Yeah, detint it. Detint, I want to see who's in there.
Yes. Cybertrucks literally ruin my day. Like, every time I see one, I'm just like, ugh.
Me telling me that it's Cybertruck
That's my
and not Tesla
opinion!
truck. I don't fucking care. I don't care what it's called. I hate them. I hate them. I need them off the streets. I need them off the road. I need them on the highway. I need them out of my town. I need them out of my country. Fuck. I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of Tesla trucks. Cybertrucks. Fuck.
That. It ruins your day. They're so ugly. They were ugly from jump. I don't know what kind of, like, what was wrong with y'all that if anybody bought a Cybertruck, please explain why. Like, I know why Shane Dawson did. It's because he's sad, and he's a sad little man with no ambitions and no true joy in life. But like the rest of things, like, come on. What were you hoping to gain from this? Like, if I met someone and they were gonna take me out on a date and they pulled up in a Cybertruck, I'm going back inside.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really
Period.
embarrassing.
Who's driving that?
It's so fast.
Do you know who the only person I know who had it? Who signed up for it? I'm not even kidding, because you could sign up for it in like 2019, 2020. My ex-boyfriend is the only person I've ever known. And you know what? He has hentai tattoos, white boy, hentai tattoos, of just girls tied up. He has, I actually probably shouldn't say everything. Actually, he probably, but that's like the vibe. I'm like, okay,
his vibe. You're painting the picture for me.
I'm just like, I don't know anyone who I'd hang out with that has a Cybertruck.
Listen, a white guy with hentai tattoos is not unusual when they're incels and they can't actually get ass. Okay.
I don't either. So we're in good company tonight. Can you imagine?
What car do you drive? Do you drive a Tesla?
Okay, I don't drive a Tesla. You're gonna hate me.
Can I guess?
Take a guess. What if I said a Cybertruck?
I'd be like, what are you doing?
You walk out of this interview.
I would be like,
fuck you.
Yeah, I would.
No, I
leave.
do not drive a Cybertruck.
I'm gonna guess a G-Wagon.
No, I drive a Porsche.
Okay, that's classy.
The only reason I drive a Porsche is because I never could afford a car.
Girl, don't justify why you drive a Porsche. I wouldn't drive a Porsche because I live in Texas, and because people don't understand how taxes work, the roads are shitty. So you're gonna bottom that bitch out like at every opportunity. I try not to drive anything that is really close to the ground. Again, people not understanding taxes. I feel like I was watching something the other day where this lady's like, they're trying to get rid of taxes by these tariffs. And first of all, that's not how that works. But also, like, bitch, how do you think we keep any of this infrastructure going? Which we're not doing. Like, rich people are just like literally siphoning out all of the money that we would use for the infrastructure of our states and our cities, so that we can have like roads, bridges that don't just fall. Anyways, Porsches are dumb.
My whole life,
Yeah.
and I had to drive my grandmother's car to school, and I was that bitch that couldn't just own it, and I would like park 4 blocks away, and I was so mortified because I went to this like preppy ass school that I couldn't afford, and all the kids were driving fucking nice ass cars, but obviously their parents were paying for it, so like kind of embarrassing. And I would park away, and the door wouldn't open, so I had to get on the other side and climb through the window. It was a whole thing.
That's awesome.
It built character, you know. And
It does build character when you can't get out of the driver's side of your vehicle. I've had to do that. It also builds character where the transmission just stops. You have to like turn the car off. Turn it back on. Poor kids didn't have cars to drive to school at all, lady. Listen, some of us had beaters, okay? I had a beater. It was like a Hyundai something. It was a piece. And my mom got it for me because she wasn't going back to school. And so she would not be able to pick me up after school. And I couldn't take the bus because I had after school activities because I was in cheerleading. This was also back in the days of like the Geostorm. And one of the girls on my cheer squad, who listen, Nydia, if you're out there, I apologize. I had a lot of internalized misogyny, and I should not have called you a slut. That was rude, and I do apologize. Anyways, she drove a Geostorm. And I had to fold up in that car like a fucking grasshopper because it was so small. I am mostly made up of legs. 90% legs and like 10% torso. I was folded up in that bitch like it was awful.
And then when I got to high school, I remember this one girl that I was like, thought she was so cool, and she drove a Porsche, and it was like the Cayenne or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I've only had one car in my life, and it's that. And
Porsche Cayenne.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
Cool,
When I
right?
was a nanny, the family had the nanny car was a Porsche Cayenne, so I've actually driven that before.
It's a nice car, but for it to be the nanny car, go fuck yourself.
That's the vibes of that.
No, darling, I'm good. I don't watch her podcast enough to give a shit about her sponsorships, so I will skip those. Plus, I have premium, so I'm not going to watch her sponsorship. I know that Sponsor Block exists, but I don't have it on because then I also have friends who are creators who have sponsors, and I'm going to watch that shit or at least let it play through.
Are you still close with your friends from back home?
Yeah, I am. They're really awesome. We have such different lives. They are, a lot of them are married with children, and like they have their own houses, and like, and to me, I'm like, I don't know when that's gonna happen for me. Like, I don't know when that is realistic, if ever. So
Do you want that?
like get married and
Yeah.
I don't know. I like
No.
part of me is like, is it even gonna be legal to marry like my wife one day? You know, I don't know. So, but kids, all of my friends who have kids are in hell. I don't know anyone. I actually don't know anyone who's like happy and has children at this age. I have like a 1-year-old, like 3-year-old, 4 and under, 5 and under. I literally have not met anyone who's happy, anyone who has like light in their eyes, anyone who has slept.
These are not looking too good.
Okay. That's a lot. Listen, as a person who I don't like children. I don't like children. I'm not mean to them. I'm not outright mean to them. I don't do anything awful. I know that there's people. Children are people too. You were a children. Yeah, and I didn't like myself. It's fine, okay? It's fine to not like children. We need to get to a point in society where it's okay for people to not like children. It doesn't mean you hate them. It doesn't mean you're nasty to them. It doesn't mean you go out of your way to ruin their lives. And I think that a lot of this dislike of children, especially at it getting higher, is the absence of third spaces for people with children, but also the fact that people with children insist on bringing them to places where they shouldn't be. And it's ruining things for those of us that just want to be in adult spaces, but we can't because the laws don't allow that. So you go to a very nice restaurant, like a Ruth's Chris or something like that, and somebody has brought their toddler along, or like it's Valentine's Day. People are literally trying to like, do proposals and shit like that. And then you've got your toddler over there, like making a lot of noise. It's weird. It's weird. And we get it. You bring your kids there because you also don't want to be around a lot of children, which is an interesting choice. Must say, the amount of people who have children who will be like, no, I don't want to be around everybody else's children. I'm like, I have a feeling about y'all. I'm not gonna say it, you know what I mean? But it's an interesting choice to have kids and then be like, I don't like to be around kids. Like, I like my kids, but not other people's kids. That's part of the problem. You're gonna have to take them to be with other people's kids. So like, I don't enjoy being around children a lot. Also, for me, they're a sensory nightmare. They make a lot of noise and they can't control that. They're children. Their parents can, but they can't, right? And I think that's the other thing, is that a lot of people who don't like children more than anything would just say, I really don't like the way that parents don't parent their children. Let them run amok, let them scream, bring them to horror films. I'm still never gonna forget seeing Hostel with children. These are choices you made. You made a choice to have kids. It's weird that you're bringing them to places like this because you can't afford a babysitter. And that sucks, right? It does. I know that you want to see the movie, but maybe, just wait for it to come out on one of the streaming services or something like that where you can rent it in or buy it, so that you don't have to subject the rest of us to that. So that's where we are, right? I also don't think that all people who have children are miserable. I do know that there is a rise of people who have children who will say, if I didn't know my kids and I had it to do over again, I probably wouldn't have done this. And there's a multitude of reasons why they wouldn't. I don't have kids because I saw at a very young age that things were not going to go well. You have a lot of Gen Z not really wanting to have children because they are looking, to me, the first generation to really look and see what they would be bringing children into, right? The world's not getting better, and they're increasingly getting to a point where they're not, if they want to, not going to be able to leave their homes and have their own home. They're not going to be able to afford things. Like I was saying earlier, the cost of living is going up, but the pay that you get is not going up. So like having children is not a thing that a lot of people want to have. For her to say that everyone I know who has kids is in hell is just a wild thing to say. Because like, again, if I was her friend, I would be like, bitch. Or if I was her brother or whatever, I'd just be like, my kids are going to see this, by the way. They know you. I don't think that everybody who has kids is miserable. I think that there are a large amount of people who have children who didn't know it was going to be like this and weren't prepared for a world that was going to rapidly move backwards on them. And like, they don't have any light in their eyes. They haven't slept. Well, like, yeah, parents of toddlers or small children, newborns, no, they don't get to sleep. Like that's how it is. I don't think that the parents are like in hell though. I think that we live in a world that doesn't allow them the ability to, and the flexibility to be able to stay home like they should and take care of their child, if that's what they wanted. Specifically in the US, we don't have anything that allows for parents to be able to like raise their baby. They're still on the tit babe. They're like 6 weeks, get your ass back to work. And meanwhile, body's still fucked from like birthing. Whether you pushed it out the canal or they did surgery on you, you're like your whole thing. And then you're having to figure out like how you parent a child. So like, I just wanted to say that because I'm not sure what's going on with people who have children, but they keep hearing someone say they don't like children and hear it as like, I hate kids, and I need y'all to check yourselves too. And for people who say they hate kids, I hate kids in spaces that they're not supposed to be in. I will say that, but it's not even the kids I hate. It's really the parents, and I hate it for the kids that they are there. There's a difference between discomfort from that initial phase where you have to constantly attend to them and help. Correct. But I do think it's important that prospective parents hear that it's not just all sweetness and joy. I do think that's important. I do think that people who are considering having kids do hear the downsides of it as well. It shouldn't all be like light and joy and like, oh, we're having a good time. But like, I don't like the fact that people can't just say that they don't like children, but I also don't like the hate kids camp. I don't like them because they're just sensorially, like it's a lot for me. They ask a lot of questions. They're often quite sticky and I can't deal with it. And I'm just like, you're talking to someone who literally gags at their own hair off of the body. So like, what do you think a sticky child is going to do to me? But there's like places for them to be. And again, I understand that we are losing third places and third spaces for parents, but I think that part of that too is that you have to actively create some of those spaces, which is work. And I know people don't want to do it, but you have to actively start creating groups and spaces so that you all can go places with your kids and have like a kid play date, which is why the argument that we keep having over child-free weddings is dumb. Good for you that your wedding had children and it was a good time for them, but everybody's not going to do that. And everybody's not going to be a babysitter for you there. I will be around kids when I have the wherewithal to do so, like my own baby cousins and things, stuff like that. But I don't generally because I'm often overstimulated from so I just don't like that she said that the way that she said that, but people clip people out of context. So I wanted to watch this to see if what she said was really that, like what did the before and the after. So let's get back into it because I've chatted too much and that's what I do. I'm a certified yapper. What do you want?
I'm like, why did my parents do that? I'm the oldest of 4. My mom had me at 23.
Wait, when you're saying that about your friends though, like, do they think this is all wild, like how famous you are and like all that? When they see articles about you, are they like calling you up and be like, Kaylee, what the fuck? Or are they just like, this is your life, bitch, like text us when you want to come over?
I think they're just like, they're mothers, like they're fucking busy and they have jobs and lives. Yeah. Like I am just their friend, you know what I mean? Like they are so sweet and so supportive and come out to shows and like they have to get fucking babysitters to come to my shows. Like I don't ever expect, like when I go home, I love reminiscing about like destroying public property with them and like doing some illegal shit and like literally hating the same bitches for 15 years. Like we just can't get over stuff. I will never get over.
It's nice though. It's like therapeutic when you have those girls from like when you're younger because it's like that is the shit that
So then they're not in hell. They get babysitters. They come see your show. See, this is why you can't take shit out of context. Like she said that. It's a dumb thing to say. For the people who are like, she needs to get a good PR team. Actually, I kind of do like that celebrity, like that you can just have celebrities say some wild shit because at least you know. At least you know. You know what I mean? She said this. I don't think she meant it the way she's saying it. It reminds me a lot of the Megan Fox, Michael Bay situation where people were like, she compared him to, for reasons I'm going to say, Fitler with an F. And when you hear the entire quote, this is one of the reasons why I want to do this. When you hear the entirety of that quote that Megan Fox said, you very quickly realize that she used obviously incorrect terminology. Wasn't smart for her to say Fitler, but the quote in its entirety wasn't even mean. It was not awful. And in fact, it wasn't bad at all to the point that Michael Bay, when asked about said quote, was like, Megan Fox says wild shit. She gonna say some wild shit some other time. I don't care. And the reason that she couldn't work on the third Transformers movie is Steven Spielberg, not Michael Bay.
A few inches later.
Genuinely is therapeutic to just be like, and that little fucking cunt from, and you're like, I don't even know where she is these days. But like,
they're probably a better person now. That's the thing. I still hate those bitches from high school. There was one girl who said, I like, whatever, beat her in the fucking talent show, like whatever, who cares? Like, I won. And she was like, you did so good. Like, I can't wait till your voice fully matures. Like, I can't wait to actually hear it whenever you get like some lessons and some maturity in your voice. And I was like, we're the same age. And two, like, I will show you. And I think I did. But also, I'm trying to think, there's so many things. Oh,
I feel like there's two kinds of people who get famous. People who get famous because they want to show people that they're good. And then like that's, I feel like what we got in Chappell Roan. Like, she's still mad. And fine, you know, you're 27. I'm about to be 45. I've given up this for the most part now. Some beefs I'm never going to let go of. All right. But then there's the other people who actually like did it because they like love whatever it is that they do. And sometimes there's like a little mix of both. But I just feel very much like she's the I got famous to spite you, which fine. It's very interesting to see people who are like still young. I'm not trying to be patronizing because I was like this at that age, right? Like where I was just like, I hope fucking everybody that pissed me off or like was mean to me, like I hope they eat shit and they have to like realize that I'm better than them in the end. And then like now I'm just like, I don't really care. Like a lot of y'all just, I just didn't care then. And I kind of actually don't care now. There's like maybe two people that I don't even really remember them. I remember that we were friends. And then I stopped. One of them, I think her name was Mandy, stopped being friends because I made cheerleader. She didn't. I didn't even want to try out, to be honest. But the whole crew on Pep Squad was like, you got to try out. You got to try out. You got to try out. We're all trying out. And I made it. And then she was like, you only made cheerleading because you're black. And I was like, bitch, are you serious? And I never talked to her again. I was like, I still, to this day, hope you burn in hell. Fuck you. I hope the worst things have happened to you in your life. I know that's not nice, but I just don't care. I'm mean like that.
Well, here's one. Like, Hot to Go there's a line in Hot to Go. I will never forget this. I was standing in line at lunch, and there were two girls in front of me, like a few people up in front of me, and they didn't know I was standing back there, but they were like talking about me, and they were like, oh, do you know who's dating? We'll say, what's the Midwestern? Mr.
John.
Okay.
Carolyn.
Johnny Carolyn. Let's say that's the boy's name.
Okay.
Johnny Carolyn. Do you know who's dating Johnny Carolyn? They're like, oh, no. Who? Oh, it's Kaylee Amstutz. Oh, who is she? Oh, you know, she's not hot, but she's pretty. She's like pretty, but she's not like hot. And so when I wrote Hot to Go, that's why I'm like, call me hot, not pretty. Because like that was so ingrained in my heart of like, I want to be the hot girl. I want to be the hot girl. I don't want to be called pretty. You know, but I wasn't hot in high school. Like,
dude, whoever the fuck was peaked.
That's also not true. Because like I don't like the narrative that people like to spend when people get like, oh, they peaked in high school. Some people did peak in high school, and that's especially in small towns because they didn't go anywhere. So if you grew up in a small town, you know what I'm talking about. Like the reason that they peaked in high school is because they didn't go anywhere. They didn't expand their worldview. They didn't travel. They married, you know, their high school boyfriend, popped out some kids, and like, you know, and all they do is go to high school reunions and reminisce about those days. But some people don't. And some of those people that you thought like they peaked in high school, they have huge TikTok accounts because they're rich. Like it's just, it's nice. It's a good feeling to have, really. But you have to start getting realistic that like not everybody peaks in high school. You just want them to. I was not hot or pretty in high school. I didn't perceive myself that way. I just wanted to get through it. Hot, not pretty. I get it. I'm hot and pretty now.
Okay?
that's kind of true.
Right? Whoever was so banging hot, they're not doing too well.
That's so
not
true.
true.
And all the hot guys at my school, I don't know. I don't really know any hot guys at my school. I don't think I grew up with hot guys. There was no one that I was really attracted to.
But that's the shit though, Chappell, that's like how crazy the shit that sticks with you. Like girls can be so fucking cutting when you're that young. Boys too, but girls, it's like you almost like care more in moments where you're like, I'm pretty.
Also, I just want to throw this out there that like high school boys weren't attractive, and we have to recognize that a reason, like when we were in high school, a big reason that a lot of high school boys weren't attracted to us is because media. Listen, I love movies. I love media, and anytime I can slide that in there, I'm going to. But media had us like looking at grown ass men, basically, like a 25-year-old playing a 16-year-old. So our perception of what a hot guy at 16 was completely skewed. Yeah, and they still do it. It was completely skewed as to what a hot guy was, because you're literally looking at somebody who's 25 playing a 16-year-old. R.I.P. Luke Perry. But like, we have to recognize that like grown man playing a 16-year-old was like a problem. It was hard to see like these young kind of awkward guys and be like, yes. Most of the time you're just like, ugh. not hot. The geriatric glee cast, I'm done. And I think that young women are still running into that, but they're also running into incel culture, and that's why a lot of Gen Z women are moving more and more liberal and leftist, and don't want to date men. So that's a situation I might talk about one day, not today.
Pretty. And anyone, if like you don't get it, it's like that is like the big, they're trying to insult you. This isn't like a nice, but you're like, and then you wrote that obviously banger ass song and now you're making fucking money off of it. So
It's true. It is like the bad things that happen to me, I can monetize. That is what's awesome about being a songwriter. Like, my breakup when I wrote like my Kink is Karma vibes was the worst thing that's ever happened. Like, genuinely, I don't think it could have been worse, but I got to like fuel an entire video and a song and a character just based off of horrible.
And this is why, even though I don't like Taylor Swift's music, I really hate the misogyny behind all she does is write songs about her breakups. John Mayer wrote like songs about people's bodies and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't like Taylor Swift, and I don't like most of her music, but like the weird way that people will try to reduce her to like, oh, she's just dating somebody so she can write breakup music. Like, even if she is, who gives a fuck? And that's how art works. Yes, because the number one writing advice bitches give you is write what you know. Yeah, and she knows getting, her heart broken. And let's like not pretend that she wasn't also in positions where like grown ass men were dating her. And I know that we turned that around and she's dating like Harry Styles at one point. Like, let's chill. And she was in her 20s. She's kind of a perpetual child. I'll talk about that one day maybe. But I don't like that. Like, stop doing that. Because like, we'll let men write songs about banging chicks all day, but a woman wants to write about like her life and her breakups, and suddenly it's like that's all she does. Let girls enjoy things. Let women enjoy things. Let women have fun.
And when you do that though, when you publish it, do you feel like finally like you've expunged your soul of all that negativity, or does it still slightly hang on when you have to perform those songs?
When I do the festivals and I look in the camera,
Only men deserve privacy is killing me. You're destroying my spirit in a good way.
and I say I dedicate this, whatever, la la la, I am actually thinking about them or whoever I'm dedicating, but I do think about it. And I'm like, at Lollapalooza, I was like, fuck you so hard for talking about you dating me. Like, how could you talk about, why are you bragging that you dated me? You broke up with me. That's the craziest part.
But it's so telling. It's so embarrassing. It's like, you want clout. How lame is your life?
I hate the word clout so much, and I just wish that we could find another word for it. Like, and I know I'm gonna hate that word later, but clout literally, it's just, it sounds horrible. It sounds awful. Like the word clout, like, oh.
You want clout. Like, you have to sleep so well at night knowing that though, of like, ooh, and I still get to monetize off this. Loser, loser, bye. How do you decide when you have people call you Chappell verse Kaylee?
When I'm at work, Chappell, but like, none of my friends like call me Chappell.
Okay.
It's like,
who was your pop icon growing up?
Hannah Montana.
Bitch.
And Britney.
You can't say Hannah Montana to me and me not.
Hannah Montana.
Need a minute.
I remember when the first episode came out.
The wig
I was
in the
too
first
old for
episode, but then when they changed it, so good. It
I
still
know.
looked like, I look back on that and I'm like, they really didn't know if that shit was gonna pop off. And then it was like the biggest fucking thing ever. But that first wig is so telling. They're like,
I
let's
know.
just fucking see if this shit works. And then boom.
Did you go to the concert?
Yeah, because the way I understand it with Hannah Montana, and I could be wrong, and somebody correct me, but the reason her veneers are so veneery is because they wouldn't let her like wear braces or anything like that when she started like adultifying. And so she has those veneers and they're a little wild.
I went to the one where it was Miley and Hannah. So she starts as Hannah and then she transitions to
Yep.
Miley. Is that the
Jonas Brothers opened.
I remember
Kansas City.
I remember that was the point when the Jonas Brothers weren't that big of a deal. And I was so annoyed that they were on stage. And my dad was like, one day you're gonna have a crush on one of these boys. And I was like, I reject that. I'm disturbed by these men. And then I obviously like fell in love with them like a couple of years later.
Nick or Joe? Or sorry, Kevin.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No.
Nick.
I don't know a lot about the Jonas Brothers, but I do know everybody always forgets Kevin. Oh, it's always like Nick or Joe, and Kevin's just back there. I'm sorry. Oh, that had to suck for him. Oh God, he was the ugly Jonas brother. I mean, he's not ugly. It's just oh my God, not Kevin being Tito Jackson. Kevin is sus, but I just remember that. I wasn't even into the Jonas Brothers. I like that song "Jealous" by Nick Jonas because it's hot. It's a hot ass song.
It's not right to be hellish. I still get
But anytime they're like, which Jonas brother is your favorite? Nick or Joe? Nobody said anything about Kevin. Embarrassing. I would cry.
Joe or Kevin?
Yeah. I would say at first, Nick. I did the whole thing, cried, diabetes, obviously.
Okay.
Did you cry too?
No, I always hated the Jonas Brothers. But here's the thing, Joe's so fucking nice to me now. I've grown up to love them.
Yeah.
When I was young, I was like you. I was like, I don't care about the boys. I just want Hannah. And when they came out, I was like, oh, fucking God. Like, I was 9, and I literally said, when they came out, I was like, oh my fucking God, I don't care. I believed in God at that time, and I was saying that shit in my head.
I couldn't get on board. And then, yes, Hannah at that point, like, do you remember like East Northumberland High, Good and Broken, You and Me Together, bitch? I made music videos to that shit. I was religious.
And all this to say, like, I love the Jonas, like, when I was 9, I think it was just the lesbian in me that just had no interest in seeing them as an idol as a child. But now I'm like, work.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna ask you, give me the first song that comes to mind when I tell you this. Ready? Favorite song to belt out in the shower?
I can't name a song. Y'all answer. What is your favorite song to belt out in the shower? Mine really is. It's the Dashboard Confessional song, Screaming Infidelities. Well, as for now, I'm gonna hear the saddest songs and sit alone and wonder how you're making out. That's mine. I love it.
Screaming infidelities and taking it to where.
Never Too Much, Luther Vandross. Love that. Toto Africa. Dig it. Listen, there's something about Screaming Infidelities. Les Mis is not lame. You're a theater kid. There's nothing wrong with that. I never give a fuck about the Jonas Brothers. Even when I was younger, there were some things that were just so aggressively Caucasian. I simply could not. Yeah, like the Hannah Montana, Jonas Brothers, Camp Rock, like all of that was way too, like, that was way too Caucasian for me. Even Gilmore's Girls started to, don't get mad at me. Even black girlies who like it, it got to where I was like, this is really white. I don't know what's happening. So I just stopped watching. And that was when I had internalized, like bad internalized racism. And even then I was just like, I don't know, this doesn't feel like anything that I would experience in my life. So I just kind of quit watching it. I feel like I was watching it for a little bit while Jared Padalecki was there. Then I left. I was Denon. Whimsy Cat, girl of the future. But again, like, I will say in some ways autism did and still does a number on like my maturity level. So, but that was my Disney era. Like I wasn't into the That's So Raven era, but I was into the like Xenon girl of the future. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
You hit me like a cosmic blast. You've given me a technicolor world.
I was into Famous Jet Jackson, R.I.P. I was into that. And I was like, Even Stevens, very much, what was, God, my icon. And I can't remember the show now. It's like, it's left my name. You know, with Hilary Duff. Things that helped me, like, I was like, oh, I might be gay. You know? Lizzie McGuire. I love Lizzie McGuire. Watch the movie. I can't even cite autism as a reason. I just will always like cartoons and have an immature sense of humor. Listen, yeah. Like I'm gonna be a child for most of my life, and that's okay. It's fine. If you don't like it, you know, don't date me. You don't have to date me.
This is the part when I break free, 'cause I don't wanna date my...
Go-to song when you need a good cry.
All along it was a fever, cold sweat, hot-headed believer. Say by Rihanna.
That's a good one. When I need a good cry, I think it's gonna be Exit Music for a Film, Radiohead. It's also angry, but it always makes me cry.
Which I auditioned to with the, I auditioned with it for The Voice. I didn't make it on the show.
Ooh, also Motorcycle Drive-By by Third Eye Blind is another one if I want to cry.
Thank God. Thank God I didn't make it.
Maybe it is so much better because imagine if you were like, not that it's bad to come from The Voice, but the story is better without The Voice, right? Your come up is just a little bit better. Yeah. Okay, that's the song that belongs on every workout playlist.
My favorite song of all time. When you see me in the club, you better think about, or you better think about us.
Yeah, you better make that shit work.
Okay, I'm gonna play this. This is the one.
Y'all ready for this?
Some of y'all just don't remember that era, but like everybody, like as soon as you hear the wham, like we all knew that was cheer royalty. If you did not do a cheer to that, were you even living? First of all, were you? Because the answer's no, absolutely not. Everybody dance now. Pump up the jam. pump up the jam, pump it up while the beat is listen.
It's a will. I'm gonna scream and shout with Britney Spears.
Your crowd pleaser karaoke song.
I fucking hate karaoke.
Moving on.
Because I don't want to try.
Nightmare, Avenged Sevenfold. Everybody's shocked, surprised, and I'm awesome at it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't like feeling like I have to try to sing well if I'm not doing it for work, because then it feels like look at me. I love karaoke is for people who never get to sing to sing.
And then we sing your songs.
And I'm like I hate singing it. But I don't know. One time I put in I was at a seafood boil in the middle of.
There are 3 kinds of karaoke people, okay? 1, the people who love karaoke, whether they can sing or not, but usually they're really good at it, and so they're having a really good time at karaoke. The people who claim that they don't like karaoke, and you have to like push them up on stage, and then they're fucking Adele. And the people who hate karaoke because they're just not good at it. Karaoke is a good time. Don't be a killjoy.
Of Apalachicola, Florida. We were an off day on tour, and we went to this seafood place, and there was just a dad playing guitar, and it was like, does anybody out there want to sing a duet with me? And my whole touring crew was like, yes, go. And I was like, oh, please stop. And then I was like, fine, I will. And he was like, come on up, what's your name? And I think I was like, Madeline. And he's like, Madeline, what do you want to sing? Here are my list. And I look down and I see Shallow. And I was like, Shallow? And he was like, really? You want to do Shallow? And I was like, mm-hmm.
I don't know this song.
And literally, I did it, and I went, I'm on the deep end, up there. It was all old people and families. It was literally old people, and then moms with 4 kids who were tired, and people just turned around because I was ripping it. And afterwards, I just sat down. Literally, old people just started standing up, and they were like, "You have to try out for American Idol. You have to try out."
The thing with karaoke is that you have to have fun with it, and you cannot choose fucking slow songs. My other crowd pleaser is Rumor Has It by Adele. Yeah, rumor has it I'm the one you're leaving it for. So, what is this song? Oh, I would not have watched that. I would not have watched A Star Is Born because I don't know if you know this, but I don't like musicals. Except for Grease 2 and Get Over It. Thank you. Ooh, Tyrone. Yes. That's a good one.
And I was like, oh my God, stop. I'm not that good. And then I went to Orlando and opened for Olivia Rodrigo the next day.
Dude, that fucking man just being really want to do
He's
this
like,
with me?
Are you sure, honey?
You're like, no, but let's fucking do it.
And I was like, I don't know, I'm up here.
Wait, hurry up before I fucking leave, dick. That's hilarious though. Do you ever get moments like that of anonymity where you get to feel like people actually don't?
I don't really like men that much, but I don't know why there's so much vitriol in this particular. He was just asking because he didn't want her to, if she couldn't sing it, I don't think he was being mansplaining in this. He was just being old and concerned. I don't want you to get embarrassed if you can't do it, which anybody would do, especially if it's a high note ass song. You're playing guitar and you're like, anybody want to come up here? And they pick a song with high notes and you're like, are you sure you want to do that? Because listen, if you can't sing, that could be embarrassing for you. And I'm not going to save you. I don't even know you.
Don't know who you are anymore. Do you ever dress up, disguise?
I think people are scared of me.
Really?
I think I made a big enough deal about not talking to me that people do not talk to me. That's I think the truth of it all. And I've been with people friends who are artists, and they're when they're with me, they're it's a force field around us. People don't come up to me if I'm with you. And I think I'm just damn, baby, you say it too. You say, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. I don't know who you are. And they won't come up to bother you.
What a concept. That is fucking hilarious though, that other celebrities are bitch, look at what you did.
It's a force field. And I'm not just by one person, by 3 or 4.
Do you love it that you said it?
It hurts that I have to.
Yeah.
It hurts. I know it really hurts people because they take it really, they feel like it's me disrespecting them, that I owe it to them, and that how dare I call it abuse. And it's or complaining about success. I get that a lot. But I'm not complaining about success. I'm just complaining about creepy behavior.
Yeah.
I love admiration. Everyone loves admiration. I just don't want you to interrupt me at when I'm having a fight with my girlfriend. Don't fucking be can I get a photo when I'm crying, talking to my girlfriend? That's fucking crazy.
You're I'm actually in the middle of breaking up with someone or being cheated on right now. Spare me.
Yeah, and I've been a huge proponent of this. If they are in their celebrity world, an appearance, whatever those things are. Like if they're there and they're rude to you about getting a photo, that's one thing. If they're just out in their lives, I think it's weird, my opinion, for you to go up to them in the middle of them living their lives and be like, can I get a picture with you? Like, that's weird. We need to not do that. And I always liken it to just like, if you saw, like if I'm your mail carrier and you saw me not carrying mail and you asked me about a package, I would be like, on my off time, I would tell you to fuck off. I'm not doing that right now. If you're bothering me off of work, I have zero obligation to be nice to you. And I do think that people just think that celebrity equals celebrity. And like Diesel saying, people that are famous are people. You shouldn't interrupt someone just because you know them. Correct. I think this weird interaction that people have where they just think like you're a celebrity, so you should. And it's like, but they're not at a celebrity event. They're not at work. You can't bother them when they're not at work. Like if you do this and you're like, and then you don't do anything, and then they see you and then not do anything, and then they're like, do you want to take a picture? Different story, because you were respecting their boundary. And I think that happens more often than people care to admit. A lot of times, because you were respecting that celebrity's boundaries, they might just walk past you at the end. I think Lady Gaga has done something like that, where it's like, hey, do you want to get a photo?
Yeah, take a picture all the way across there of the back of my head and post it.
You know, and it's like, of course it's going to take a second for people to like really look at themselves. And like, I have to have grace for that. Like how would I know any better if I ever see Hannah Montana? I would have to tell her that I love her music so much and that like she means a lot to me. But in reality, it's like, no, I don't. Because that's not Hannah right there. That's not Hannah. That's Destiny. Oh, Cyrus. Anyway, sorry.
I fucking love you. Okay, you wrote your song at Pink Pony Club about the Abbey here in Los Angeles. True or not true? Yes, true. Why are you looking away from me?
Have you had your phone stolen there?
Have I my phone
stolen at the Abbey?
I've never gone to the Abbey because apparently,
because you get your phone. Yeah, you get your phone stolen.
Wait, what?
It's crazy. I have had 3 friends whose phone got stolen.
Wait, okay, so tell me about like the night or the story. Is that the story? Like, what is it? Tell me about. I've never gone to the Abbey because everyone's like, it's not even good anymore. It used to be good. Now it's not good anymore.
Okay, well, obviously when I went, the night was fucking awesome because I was like, it's like, it was amazing. And I just couldn't stop dancing and I was obsessed with go-go dancers. And the music was so loud and everyone was so hot and making out. And I had never seen anything like it. And I wanted to be a go-go dancer, exotic dancer after that. And so I was like looking into it and I just was like,
I would have loved to have been a go-go dancer. I just will never have the stamina. And I've got to admit that to myself. I would only be able to dance for like 7 minutes max. And then I'd be like, okay, I'm tired.
I felt like really embarrassed if someone from like a record label were to see me dancing. I would just feel really embarrassed because I don't know, like I just felt really self-conscious. And so instead I wrote a song about me being the dancer. So that's what Pink Pony is about. It's like me being the dancer at the Abbey. And like, I'm scared to go to the Abbey now because my phone is going to get fucking stolen.
And your phone cannot get stolen.
I
mean, would you care?
It's true. No.
No. Yes, you would. No.
I don't care.
There's nothing on your fucking phone.
They can't get into it.
It's like, you're the one that has like the 17 number password, not the 4.
They can, actually. You'd be surprised by what hackers can do.
Okay, how do you feel about a dance floor makeout?
I look the other way.
Okay, before you were famous, would you be down or no?
I get really uncomfortable, but I am the bitch that makes out on the dance floor. I'm like a hypocrite when it comes to PDA. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I will like be drunk making out. I've done it with so many different people.
It's fun though.
It's so fun. If I'm fucked up, like I don't care. But if I don't really drink anymore, so when I see people making out, like I just laugh. I can't stop laughing.
The only way I feel like for a dance floor makeout is to be drunk or on drugs.
And we hope.
The problem with people publicly like making out, okay, is drunk makeout specifically. Like it's very ugly. It's like it's the most grimy makeout set because like there's just a lot of tongue. There's a lot of like it's just it's so disgusting. Like drunk makeouts are never hot. I've never seen one where I'm just like, I'm glad that I saw it. It's disgusting. There's a lot of handsiness and if you can hear it, it sounds gross. There's a lot of heavy breathing. So that's my problem with it. I wouldn't mind if it was just like little like kind of like sweet kisses or whatever, but it's not, and whether drunk or sober, I can't really handle it. I'm like, ugh. And I used to be like a drunk makeout girly early in my gay awakening. It was easier for me to like hit on the theys and the femmes, and it was easier for me to do that when I was like a little sauced and I could convince them to make out with me. And then we made out. That was like the only time. And also, like, I would be more likely to accept a makeout session. This is an interesting interview, and I feel like most of this, like, honestly, it seems like if you just
It's like at brunch.
got her,
You know, it's not even like there's not even a dance floor.
You've gone so many different places. What has been your most like chaotic night out on tour, or even just like on the road?
Probably the night.
Tell me, please.
One night I thought my bus driver, the tour bus driver, was gonna leave without us. I was gonna just drive away. And I called like my tour manager and I was like, hey, something's going on. Like the bus driver's like being kind of weird. And like, I think he's really mad. He's like just stomping around and like, I thought he was leaving. Like it looked like he was driving away, but then he backed up. I think he's really pissed off at us and I think we should get on the bus. And she thought I was kidding. And so she was like, oh yeah, he's going crazy. I heard he hit someone and then that, you know, we don't worry about it. Like the cops are on the way. And I was like, holy fuck. And then I got on the bus driver was nowhere to be found. And I was like, everybody on the bus, get your passports and let's get off. Come on. It's literally like the sound team. Like I'm about to start crying. Everyone's drunk. Like it's so bad. It's like after a show, it's the night before we go to Coachella. And I'm like, the cops are coming. Everyone get out. The cops are coming. Get your passports, get something that's important to you and get off the bus.
Can I just say that she's not a good storyteller? And I don't mean that to be rude. Like, I just feel like I'm not entranced by her stories. Maybe it's like because I'm used to like YouTube people who tell stories and they're like, they set up a story well. Because she asked her like, what was your most chaotic night? And she's like laughing. And then she's like, there's this one time where I thought but what I needed was the setup. Like she should have been like, oh, there was one time I thought the bus driver was going to leave us. So it's after a show. And like da-da-da-da-da and like da-da-da-da-da. And then we're all like drunk. We're having a good time. We get back and the bus driver's wilding. And then I'm calling so like, I just feel like what I'm trying to say is I'm glad that I'm old and I don't care about their actual like lives outside of this, because if this is who I was introduced to, I would probably not listen to her music at all. And I know that that's like, it's times like these, I'm like, so maybe Tana has a little sauce. I'm serious. She keeps doing this thing where she like kind of giggles and then she's going to tell the story. But like the story, I don't know. It's just not a good story. And I genuinely don't give a shit. 30 minutes in and like most of what she's done, it has not been interesting. My ADHD ass cannot keep listening to these awful stories. And I know that makes me seem like a dick. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Like, I'm trying to find where she's gonna be interesting. You know what I mean? A Bahama Mama, I remember those. So I guess that she's asking her like how she celebrated her birthday. Maybe her storytelling gets better here. Let's check. Because I'm not enthralled. And again, it's not her fault that I'm not her audience. I'm just curious. And being a curious kitten, I'm gonna meow.
How did you celebrate?
I went to Jumbo's Clown Room.
How was that? No.
Oh,
Tell me everything.
It's a strip club, but it's not like it's very gay. It's like a lot of lesbian vibes.
Are you a lap dance girl? Like, what's your vibe?
They gave me a lap dance and it was fun. Usually those things are really make me uncomfortable, but I was drunk, so I didn't care.
Classic.
And
not me, because stripper glitter is my favorite thing, and I love the way that the dancers smell. They smell so good, and if you are a girly getting a dance from a girly, you get a way better dance. And even better when the guys, like, because it always cracks me up because I would go with like my guy friends and they'd be like, because first of all, they were shocked I would go to the club with them. But I'm just like, I'm not a child. It's fine. And then they would be like, we're going to buy you a lap dance. I'm like, okay. Oh no, you're going to buy me a dance with sexy topless ladies who are going to make my day. Anyways, they always ended up spending a lot of money and the dancers loved it. They got like a lot of money and I was enthralled. But unlike them, I knew that this was their job and that they were in love with me. Because I just think that men in exotic dancing clubs are so funny to me. They're never not going to be funny. They're like, I think she really likes me. And I'm like, put your money away. We'll see. This is our job.
Yeah, I rented the whole place out. It was a dream birthday. It was a dream come true. And those girls fucking know how to work a pole. The pole does not spin. Like, it's not, they do it. Like, it's real.
I remember like the last time I was at a strip club, I remember.
What does she mean? I've never been to one where the pole spins. What clubs has she been going to? I've never been to one where the pole spins.
Staring at them in awe. And I was like, I hope they don't think this is creepy. But like, I'm genuinely just so fascinated by how you're doing that because like my neck hurts and my back hurts watching you do that. You're fucking incredible.
They're iconic athletes.
Cheers to the girls. How has your relationship to your sexuality evolved over the years?
Obviously, I've come into being more comfortable with saying I'm queer with dating women. But I don't know, something like fucked up my sexuality. I think like my nervous system is so fried that I can't even feel like flirtatious. Like it's just too intense to even like be sexual at all. It's just too sensitive, you know?
Do you want?
Yeah, I feel like she's a person who talks with her hands quite a bit and is trying not to. Because I will say this, like women in general are very much policed on how we present. Like I had to give up on feeling awkward about the way that I like constantly do my fingers. I just had to give up on it because I know that when I put my hands up, I'm gonna do that, and I just had to recognize that like I'm gonna do that. If it bothers people, it bothers you. Like just don't watch me then. I can't not do this with my hands. And I'm not going to be policed about the way that I move around and behave. Also, I think I fixed some of the things with the audio. We'll find out again. And thank you to those of you who said something about the ducking and the music on the last video. That's my fault. So she does give me like an awkward person, but like I don't feel like she's uncomfortable. I think she's chill because I think if she was uncomfortable, she is Chappell Roan. I feel like she's come into her own enough to be like, I don't want to answer it.
Want to be, or you're not feeling like you're missing anything?
No, I do. I want to because I think that like that was a part of myself that was fun, and like I feel like that part of me exists on stage, but off stage it's like it's this kind of I kind of reverted back to a very shameful part of myself and how I relate to sex, just because it's like when there's so much of you in the world that is exposed, then like being sexual with someone is so vulnerable because the rest of your life is so vulnerable that it's like it almost is too, I want to save something, like I just don't want to be that vulnerable with so many fucking people.
Do you ever though like resent the Chappell Roan moments because then you're like you're saying you're feeling it on stage, you're like enjoying yourself, you're feeling sexual, then you're going home as Kaylee and being like I just don't want to enjoy that? Like are you ever like fuck, am I sacrificing my real moments of being able to find myself and embrace my sexuality for people and my art?
I resent myself for I resent the job because I can no longer, yes, sexuality has like, it's just different now. And like, but I resent not being able to like be a friendly neighbor because I can't like go out and meet my neighbors and be like, hi, I'm Kaylee. I live here. This is what my car looks like. This is what time I'm home and when I'm not, you know? So then people all of a sudden know exactly, it's just a recipe for a stalker situation. So I resent that part of my career path. There's just so much you don't know that you're signing up for. You don't know that you're signing up that your body changes. Yeah. It is like going through puberty. And that's what I was told. I didn't really know if that was true, but pop girls were like, it feels like a second puberty.
I do think like
I think it's more the way that she says things that it has people turned off, like second puberty, the way she does that. And so like it irritates people. It doesn't irritate me, but I can see why people would be upset about it. And I think that she's correct. This is what we've been talking about for a while. Like Khadijah and Bo's talked about. Many people have been having these conversations about fame. You just don't know. You don't know exactly what you're signing up for. And like I've said this before, people don't know when they're going to be famous. If I'm a singer, I've been singing for years. I've been putting out little albums and singles and like whatnot and all this stuff. I don't know that one day like this particular song might blow up, or like actors run into this all the time. But when you are at the celebrity level of hers, you do have to worry about stalkers. And even like regular women have to worry about stalkers. I don't think I haven't been stalked by most of my exes. It's a weird thing. Like, I don't know why they're stalking me or why they were stalking me. One still is, but I just don't know why they are. And it's weird. Like, why are you following me on my socials? I'm blocking you. But she can't really do that because then those neighbors, unfortunately, because capitalism, let's just be honest, because of capitalism, people will do things like let people know when she's home so that paparazzi and whatnot can show up and bother her, or fans can know when she's not home and pay one of those neighbors a significant amount of money so they can get in there and get her stuff. I feel like being cringy is seen by some people to be one of the worst things possible, and like some of us are awkward. Yeah, I don't understand the anger at cringe. Like, people can just be cringy. Let people be who the fuck they are. I think that her delivery bothers people, but when it comes to celebrity, like, that's what I was at. I'm sorry. The thing that people don't recognize is like, you just don't know. And I was talking about actors and films, and people tend to think that like movies come out in the order that they were filmed in. They do not. They absolutely do not come out in the order that you film them in. So someone who's been acting and maybe they've filmed 3 or 4 movies, they don't even know if any of those movies are going to hit. And when one does, like, what are you supposed to do? One day you were just like living your life, living in your small apartment with a roommate or whatever you were doing. And then the next day you walk outside and paparazzi is everywhere and everything has changed for you. Like, that's literally what it's like for a lot of these people. They just wake up one day and everything has changed. Your entire being, your entire life is now underneath this microscope. So everything you say and do is judged, and you don't get an opportunity most of the time to fix it. And even if you do try to fix it, no one cares. So like, these are the kinds of things that we run into where you don't really get to fix the context of what the hell it is that you said. Even if you try to fix it, people do not care. Like, people still believe that Tommy Hilfiger doesn't like black people, and that was never true. Like, that was never true.
I was never on the show. I would never say that.
Yeah.
And all my friends and family who know me and people who work with me and people who have grown up with me said that's crazy.
People still believe that, like, Marilyn Manson was the guy on Wonder Years. Not true. So, like, people just make up things. Yeah, the whole narrative that people made up that Lauryn Hill was racist. Like, these things happen, and you can't, there's no amount of being able to fix it. All right, so now that I have my food and my margarita, back into the pop girlies calling being a celebrity second puberty.
What I appreciate about you saying that, though, is like, I feel like it's important to recognize that your passion for art, the goal is for people to enjoy it because you love it. You want people to, connect to it. You want people to experience it. But that obviously comes then with the fame aspect. And then fame is the thing that I think people get so frustrated by you saying that. But it's like, no, like, you love your art. That's not what you're saying you don't love. You're saying you don't love the thing that comes with that. And I think, but the beautiful thing is the art. Like, what do you think?
It's one of those things where it's like, why can't I do well without being famous? Like, I don't want to be YouTube famous. I just want to be really good at the things that I do and the things that I make, but like, I don't want fame. And I think that's the thing that is nice in some aspects of YouTube fame, because like most not normal, let me rephrase that. Most people who don't watch YouTube have no idea who you are. And that's still a lot of people, right? Who don't watch YouTube the way that we watch YouTube. So you can kind of just go through life without people really seeing or knowing who the fuck you are. But like, if I was like a singer, I couldn't do that.
Chappell Roan would mean to young Kaylee.
I don't even know if my younger self would be able to register that is a part of me. Like, that's how removed I was so like opposite of me now. Like, it just wasn't awoken. It awakened in me, you know, like young Kaylee just felt so restricted because I was a problem child and so angry and so like depressed and just felt like no one understood me. And now that part of me is so alive, and I always did want to like dress up and be super girly or be really like tomboy, or I just wanted to be free, but I didn't ever think that it would actually happen. And now that it has, it's like, I don't think she would believe that at all. I don't think she could ever believe that like this is what I do.
But doesn't that make you now happy?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like, that part is awesome that I really honored my inner child to the max. I think now what it is like, how do I honor my adult self at the max? It's like, I don't know, because this is all new, and but there's no rule. But there's like, every artist, every pop girl, the next move is like a question mark.
Yeah.
Because some girls put out the first album, had an incredible first album, won a bunch of shit, then take 5 years off. Some girls go right into it, and then they end up releasing something they hate, and then they release another album that they love. Like, they never stop. Some just tour there is no game plan of like, how do I make sure I make the right decision?
That's so fucking relatable.
But I also think because the music industry is in flux as it stands, especially right now. Obviously, a lot of these deals were predatory, but back in the day, as an artist, they discovered you, and then you were signed on for like a 5-year, 5-album deal or whatever it was. And so you didn't really have an option to be like, oh, I'm going to take a break, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, because they signed you on to these like really predatory deals. So you just had to keep making music whether you wanted to or not. It was very much like, you're going to keep making albums because like, them's the rules. And now a lot more artists are independent artists. They are producing and making their own music. without sorry, like every sip of this is gonna make me make that stupid face because it is like margarita-ing. But now like a lot of people make independent music, so it's more, you have more on your terms than you did before. Previously it was on the record company's terms, and I don't think people even know, like back in the day when you signed for an artist, like they had this whole artist showcase thing where you would have to like go and like perform your singles, and it was like, it just like in an off, like a business meeting room basically, and you had to like perform. It was very awkward. It's not like you were on a stage or like, or at the mall or anything. Like you're just in these like business office where they're gonna have a meeting, and then you have to perform the song, and it's in front of like various execs, sometimes people who write for magazine editors and whatnot, radio stations, so they can determine basically how they're gonna market you or if it's worth their time to do so. Because like those little showcases determined whether or not your album even got put out before it ever actually hit the public. So you could have spent time making an album, then you do this showcase. If it goes poorly, you're either not releasing an album and you're getting dropped from the label or they're gonna like revamp the album and whatnot. Now, virtually anyone, regardless of talent, can release music. I don't say that to say that everyone is talented. I say that to say you can release music. A lot of it's computer programs now. Some of it's AI, which virtually anyone can decide that they're going to release an album, and you can do it all on your own. You aren't required to have an album, like a record label behind you. If you want to, you can even pay for features from artists. There's like a site that you can do that on. You can get drum solos from certain artists. Like that, this is like real shit. Like you can actually, I don't remember the name of the site right now, but like you can go on there, and if you have the money, you can pay for features from actual like in the industry artists. So like you don't need the record label the way that you used to. Now I will say, before I get to like fuck the record label, I do think that there's a lot of stuff that the record labels do provide that these young artists don't have and need, so that they can actually have the true it factor. My opinion, don't come eat me up for this, but I will say that there are certain things that record labels provide artists that they just aren't getting now. Some of them is like media training. I'm not necessarily saying like how to sanitize how everybody speaks, but media training on how to answer or not answer questions, how to politely decline things, how to redirect the conversation back to what you wanted to talk about in the first place, just like how you behave in public. They're like a fame parent. Them being like, we know you don't know what it's like to be famous, and so we're going to give you some guidelines and things that can help you through this. Not that you have to be this way. It's not like Disney, but like these are some things that can help you. The polish. I do feel like a lot of the pop girlies just don't have the polish. And I will definitely say that when it comes to live shows, I remember people like kind of dogging Olivia Rodrigo about it. Also, what is her name? Ice Spice. I always forget her name. Listen. Anyways, I laugh every time I forget it, but I'm like, but they don't have any stage presence. And the reason they don't is because like people forget that people like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, NSYNC, all of them, you know, they had mall tours and overseas tours and things like that, to where they had to learn to get that stage presence. It doesn't matter if you're a really good singer, if you're just awkward as fuck on stage. I mean, and that's a reality. That's why there's tons and tons of people who are fantastic singers, could blow a lot of people out of the water, could outsing Mariah Carey, but they're literally not gonna do it because they're like, they have stage fright, they're awkward on stage. Like one of my all-time favorite bands, Rammstein, the lead singer Till Lindemann does all that firework shit, like all the fire stuff, because he has stage fright, and he figured if people had something else to to focus on that wasn't him, he could do the whole lead singer thing. Look it up, it's true. I just think that people don't recognize that there's like a lot of stuff that does need to be done. As much as we want to like shit, I don't like the predatory nature of record labels. I don't like the way they lock people into deals. I don't like the way people don't necessarily understand that the money being spent is like their future earnings. I don't like any of that. I think all of that should be explained. I don't think you should lock anybody into a predatory deal, but I do think that them offering that package that helps you to be able to like function in this world is important, because I think that we're losing a lot of the recipes, because even though a lot of these pop girlies can sing, they can make great music videos, they're just like on stage, it takes them a while to get the presence that they need. And that harms them in the long run, because if too many people see your early live shows on your tour, why would anybody want to pay to see your tour if it's coming out that you suck? Like Enrique Iglesias can't sing. We know that now.
All I need is a rhythm divine.
We know. I feel like, I'm the only one who didn't know. Embarrassing for me. Why didn't I know Enrique can't sing? Leave me alone.
And obviously the things you're dealing with, there are elements that certain people will never understand, just like we may never understand certain parts of each other, just like people watching this are like, you guys would never understand what I'm going through. But I do think it's relatable to say, and I don't think that you should be criticized for acknowledging that there is an element to your life that is very confusing right now. And it is okay to be so grateful and also be so fucking confused and angry in moments, because that's life. And I think that when someone's sitting in this chair like Chappell Roan, you're supposed to, in people's mind, have the answers. Be grateful, smile, tell us this is the coolest fucking thing that's ever happened, because all of us want to be famous. But then it's like, at what point are we going to start to realize that so many people that do end up in the spotlight are yelling like, this is not all that it's cracked up to be. This shit is hard. We're not asking for you to like feel so fucking bad for us, but a little bit of empathy goes a long way with human beings. I think that's chill to say. And I don't think, and who gives a fuck if at one point they don't understand it? Like, I really like that you are being honest about it rather than smiling and be like, I fucking love my job, Alex, everything's good. Like, you're not robotic.
I think it's also, people expect me to play by different rules because I'm gay and I should be more politically correct about that, and I should actually be way more knowledgeable about it. And so I get asked a lot of fucking crazy questions that a lot of my peers would not get asked. And that's because I'm gay. And that's because like I have like my opinions, but that doesn't mean I'm like completely like, I don't know everything about every topic I have opinions on. Like, I don't know everything about like being gay. Like, I don't know everything about being a woman. I don't know everything about fucking fashion or drag or performing. Like, I try to know everything I can, but like when I don't answer a question correctly or like I don't acknowledge one community, it's like, how can I do it all? Like,
you can't.
How can these girls tour, write, perform, interview, sleep, eat and fucking work out, and like how can they do it all and lead a team and be a boss and pay people and like and be like fucking so politically educated? It's
exhausting,
and it's also impossible. Also, why the fuck are you looking to me for some political answer? You think I have the fucking answer?
Or you're like, listen to my song, bitch. Turn it up.
Like, I'm a pop star. I wish I had.
This is another one. See? Sorry, I'm chewing. This is another clip that went viral. This is another thing that was taken out of context. And by that, I mean, when you see this clip, you just see Chappell Roan, or whatever her real name is, Kaylee, whatever. You just see her going off on this rant, but you rewind it and it's almost a minute of, I don't know, call her daddy, her, I guess, daddy. It's dad. I don't know her name. I don't watch the show. Going on an entire tangent and Chappell Roan responding to it, right? She is correct. And I think that when you see her saying like, why the fuck are you coming to me? I agree. Many people have been saying like, y'all need to stop looking to celebrities to like save you, to agree with you, to explain things to you, to be on your side, to choose politically for you, to say who they're voting for. Because if that worked, Hillary Clinton would be president. If that worked, Al Gore would have been president. We wouldn't be here today. And I think the earth would be a lot cleaner. If that celebrity endorsements actually worked, we would be in a different place. And I feel like the way in which people look at, like, because, you know, Chappell is a queer icon, like, like, y'all made her that. And did she just like wave and be like, yeah, cool? Like, yeah. But like, at the end of the day, the way in which y'all keep hounding her to have like a political opinion on shit, when like, I don't think she's reading all of this stuff. Like, she has shit to do just like you do. And I don't say that to dismiss anything. I say it because like, I also have shit to do. I cannot inundate myself with every political thing that's happening. It's one of the reasons why I've started like breaking it down and bite-sized bits and pieces so that I can understand what's going on, so I can understand what's happening with the tariffs and like why they're dumb as fuck, and that like America doesn't make anything, and that like we would actually have to have infrastructure. And no, they will not be bringing factory jobs back here, because they're, first and foremost, it's not even the infrastructure that's the problem. The truth is they're not going to pay Americans. Right? So like learning this stuff in bits and pieces so I understand that, right? Because it's like, it's overseas, it's never coming back. It's overseas very specifically because they don't want to pay us to do it. And like, once you have time to understand these things, then you're like, oh, okay. You can kind of talk with people about it. You're asking someone like at an award show about like her political affiliations. I think it's weird. I blame the Kardashians for people not minding their business and looking to celebs for answers. Yeah, that's our reality. And we keep doing this to people, and we keep expecting them to speak on behalf of everyone. Like whenever there's a prominent trans person, you're expecting this trans person to speak on behalf of all trans people, which is dumb as fuck. I know this is a black person. We're constantly having to speak on behalf of all black people, and we like can't do that. Like you just will randomly have somebody be like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do I personally think? Or are you asking me, what do all black people think? Because the second thing I can't do for you. I have no idea. I'm not getting a coalition of all black people together. We don't have meetings. Contrary to the popular belief that we all show up in Atlanta, Georgia at a secret meeting underneath the hunter's moon is not true, to like gather and talk about all of our issues. That's not a thing. We really don't gather up in Atlanta underneath the hunter's moon and do that. That's not true. So like it becomes this thing where you're putting all of a community on one person's back, and it gets weird. And the fact that some of y'all don't think it's weird, because again, if you just saw the clip, she looks like an entitled brat. But if you don't see all the shit that happened before with apparently daddy, her name is Alex, if you don't see the lead up to it, it literally just looks like Chappell's complaining and being a bitch. Like it just does. And like, this is one of the things I do absolutely hate about social media, is how we can just clip things and take clips of somebody talking and it looks one way, but then when you see it, if you just see the clip of her talking, it looks like she's just going off on a rant. I mean, and we have to stop looking at celebrities to like tell us that, like, you know, sometimes it, like Fefi said way earlier, I wish we knew less. This is one of those occasions where sometimes I'm like, you know what, just write your little songy song, play your little jams. You know, the rest of us down here have to figure out our politics and do these things because it doesn't, you know, affect her. She's wealthy. And I don't say this to be like rude to her. I'm like, it doesn't affect her the same way it affects us down here. It doesn't affect Beyonce the same way it affects us down here. It doesn't affect Taylor Swift the way it affects us down here. Taylor Swift's gonna be all right. Beyonce's gonna be fine. They don't need us, okay? And we don't need them. Like literally, if your entire politics is based off of whether or not a celebrity endorses your shit, I mean, I'm assuming that you listen to a lot of Kid Rock.
I had the answers. I wish the president was a pop star, but she's not.
I feel like something that you just said that is very apparent, and I was excited today too, was like, this, what you're saying, we could do 19 fucking hours on, because it's like the double standard of one, you being a woman, two, you being a gay woman. There's so much that comes with it. And it's like everyone in interviews, like you said, like there's people asking you questions that you're like, I don't fucking know. Yeah. And that's why I'm excited that, like, I feel like I'm excited that we're gonna have fun today. We're having fun and talking about more light topics, because it's clear that like you're fucking funny. You're funny.
No.
You're a good time. I want to play a little game. Okay.
I don't think that's funny, but that's me, you know?
Kind of inspired by your song Casual. Love the song. I'm gonna give you a situationship scenario, and you're gonna tell me if it's still casual or not. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. They meet your entire friend group.
Apparently it's casual.
It's casual.
Apparently it is. Apparently it's casual if you meet your parents. Apparently.
Does she have gum? I love that for her. Oh my God. This is the best she's been in this interview since she started shooting. Like, since she uncrossed her legs, listen, she's like, now she's in it. Now she's in it. I'm excited. She's chawing gum, which I live for because I'm a gum char. And I'm very specifically using chaw. I don't chew gum, I chaw it. It's a whole, I blow bubbles, I chaw it. I'm like,
okay, but you don't want it to be. Wait, the parents is fucking crazy.
Apparently.
You know, here's the thing. I used to think that meeting parents was like a big deal, but now I'm older and I just feel like it is casual. I think that all relationships are casual because I get stressed out if something is like really serious, because I'm just like, I don't believe in long-term relationships. I believe in whatever is happening right now in this moment that is good for us. And then, you know, that time could pass and that's okay.
Apparently it's casual if you sext for 3 months.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, have you ever brought a new hookup around your friends and they're like, absolutely not, we do not fuck with this person?
Yes.
Yeah, and then I dated them for 4 more years.
Yeah.
You're like, love you, besties.
But you know, like, yeah.
Oh, that's how it goes.
And
then when you break
it's just
up,
being stupid. That's like, that is just actually like, listen to your friends. Fucking listen to your friends. If your friends are telling you this guy is like weird or this girl is weird, like something is like off, but you can't tell really. No one, it's like, it's not bad enough for anyone to tell you anything. Just fucking listen to them. If the vibe is off, something is wrong. Stop seeing them.
Yeah. Because your friends like don't care. Your friends usually aren't trying to fuck you.
Uh-uh.
Well, sometimes. We're moving on.
Yeah, some of them are. Some of them are trying to. That's a great place for me to pause. That's very Adam Sandler-esque right there, and not her fault.
Okay, casual or not, they make solo plans with you to celebrate their birthday.
That's a date. I mean, I guess it could be casual.
Why would you do that? My birthday is my sacred ground. Do not.
No,
That's not fucking
the
casual.
birthday's crazy.
That's not casual.
Thank you. The birthday's crazy. What is a safe gift to get a situationship?
Nothing.
Just buy their dinner. Don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a.
This is why I'm going to be forever single. What is a safe gift to buy your situationship? Nothing. Why would you be buying your situationship a gift? Now you're making it like more. Buy them nothing. Give them dust. Don't call them.
Don't make them anything. That's for sure. Don't fucking make a casual person anything.
Yeah, that's fair. I think you can get them like a bottle of alcohol.
Yeah, a bottle of alcohol is nice. Probably like not a card. Maybe a card that is.
Oh, they were saying a car. I'm like, Chappell.
I'm not the girl. I'm not her. A safe gift. I mean. Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. Just buy a fucking meal. Just pay a ticket. Be like, hey, can I take you out for a movie? Do an experience. So you don't have to like. No one hates a stuffed animal more than me.
Have you been given many stuffed animals?
That's so dumb.
That's so bad. That's so bad. Did you keep them?
I think I burned. Oh, I burned a pile. There was something going on when I was 17.
Okay, they start calling you pet names before you're official.
Can someone explain official to me? Because like everybody will say that like official, and like I just don't. I just am not. I think I'm a terrible relationship person. Now that he's asking these questions, I'm just like, get them nothing.
That's like flirty. Oh, pet names like Boo Boo?
Oh, so
Or like what? What is a pet name that you...
I don't know. What's a pet name that you've been called? What's the cringiest pet name that you have ever had called to you, or you called someone? Don't lie to me.
Baby. I hate it.
I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just gonna give away who it is. I can't do it.
It will?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What do you... I mean, I don't know. What is the... Maybe
Like, obviously they're like babe and baby, but then there's like the weird ones where it's like,
Cuddlekins, that type thing? Or like stuff in movies?
yeah, that was good. Kettlekins. I've never heard that. Okay, what is the most extravagant thing you've ever bought someone?
A record player.
Probably like Venmoing my brother $500.
I love that we're playing a romantic game and you're
Wait,
like,
is it...
you're like, my brother.
I thought it was in general.
That's very
Sorry.
romantic. I said the most.
That's actually so fucking crazy.
I said the most romantic thing you've ever done. To
My brother.
My brother. Venmo. Duh. $500, bitch. I mean, maybe.
Most extravagant gift is like writing music for them. I wrote an entire EP for someone. It never came out.
What?
Listen, I know that people don't like gum chewing. I love it. Gum chewing ASMR is kind of like a thing for me. Like I know a lot of people like their misophonia gets like, but I'm like, listen, I'm struggling right now not to like find some gum and put it in my mouth. Listen, put it in my mouth. If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did they hear it?
Yeah, they loved it. Actually, they didn't love it as much as I thought they would, but like I worked really hard on it and whatever.
Wait, Chappell, can you walk me through that moment where you're like, I'm gonna show you, how did you tell the person that you had this for them and what was the
I gave it on a CD, I burned it on a CD and I gave them my old CD player and my headphones and I said, you should listen to this. I made it for you. And then there's like an entire 5-track EP.
Were you in the room when they listened or no?
I don't remember, but I did like handwrite all the lyrics and like it was like honestly awesome. And I think I've never given a gift like that again because I was so burned by like the relationship. I'm like, fuck that, I'll never do that again. Bye.
How long after did you break up?
Like 2.5 years later or something like that. Yeah. It was crazy.
You would never release one of those songs?
They're not good enough.
Okay. Okay, you sleep at each other's houses multiple times a week.
First of all, who is sleeping at someone's house multiple times? Who is sleeping outside of their house? It's not me. The way I get panicked and stressed if I can't get back into my house like immediately, it's just literally panic inducing. Like I can't function. I'm like, I have to get back to my house. I have to get back to and inside my house. I got to take a shower in my shower. I got to use my shower like stuff. Oh God, nope. That would never happen.
Apparently. I can't stop saying apparently because I've been in all these fucking situations and like I don't think so. I think that's like I guess it's kind of casual. No. Like 3+ times it's not casual.
Yeah, 3+.
2 times is like fine, what the fuck ever. Like a Friday and like a booty call on like a Tuesday. Fine.
Do you feel like you're usually in the position where the person you're seeing is in the power position, or are you in the I'm getting a little bit of a vibe here, Chappell, that maybe you're not
Not in power.
Yeah.
Yes, because I've been in the past desperate for companionship, so I will go along with what they want.
Girl, we all have.
And will give up like basically my values and
correct.
yeah, I would just throw away my personality because I don't want to be lonely.
Correct.
And then I get mad at them for like being like, this is casual, whatever, you know. And I'm like, but I threw away my entire personality for this. Like I gave up my weekends for this. Like, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm like bitter about it. But honestly, yeah, it's like, next question.
I do like this. She's like, next question. I also can tell that there's like stuff that and this is just obviously my interpretation. It feels like she's having a very honest interview, but also she's working on her oversharing situations where she'll share some and then realize like, I'm not really ready to share that. And then, you know, next question and move on.
I just want you to know that clip is going to replay in people's mind because that is the most relatable fucking thing anyone has ever said sitting in that fucking chair. Because I have done the same fucking thing.
And it's never worth it.
Never.
And the thing is, like, all the people that I threw my entire life away, my self-respect, like, I disregarded all my friends. I disregarded all, like, my gut feelings. I disregarded. You know what? It never fucking works out. Ever. It never works out. Anyone you have to throw anything away for, it never works out.
Correct. It does not.
Or you get married and then you get divorced.
Girl.
And you think that'll get better when you get married, but it never does. It only gets worse.
Correct.
Yeah, rewind to your friends having fucking kids. You said they're in hell.
Well, because they love their kids.
See? This is why we don't clip things out of context. This right here is why we don't do it. Because we've come to the end, and I promise you that, I'm not going to promise, but I'm mostly promising that there's not going to be a clip of her saying that shit about her friends being in hell with kids and attaching it to this end part that happens an hour later into the interviews. Oh, gosh.
Have your friends ever successfully set you up with someone?
No. I'm hard. What? Oh, wait, yes. Oh my God. Yeah, I dated someone for a year because my friend set me up.
Bad or good decision?
I mean, the whole thing was casual, but we dated for a year. That's why I'm saying all this stupid shit.
Fuck. Yeah, but this is life. Are you kidding me? I've been fucking dragged through the mud by a man. I'm just like, but I still love you. And it's like, dumb bitch. He is literally giving you every fucking sign and more. And you're still like, I'm just reading into it wrong. He didn't mean that. Yeah, he did.
You're like, I see the best in them. And it's like, no, you just stop.
Stop. You're disgusting. I look back at my younger self. I'm like, you need to be done. Go fucking celibate.
You didn't know.
I know. It's so fucking sad. Wait, are you a good wing woman?
Yes, I'm really
like
good.
In the sense of
helping your friends like find people?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to try. I don't try. I don't want to ever set anyone up. I think people should be single.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming you're single right now. Imagine you're like, I'm actually so in love. Imagine you fucking look at me and you go, 2 years in, babe. Never been better. Wait, are you single?
No.
You're fucking lying.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you
by...
by...
absolutely not. Download Tinder today so that you can be met by a bunch of miserable pricks.
Fucking lying. No, you're lying. You're fucking lying to me right now. Chappell? How long?
6 months.
Is it casual?
No.
Serious?
It's serious. It's serious.
Good for
I'm
you,
very
girl.
in love. But I am pro single. Everyone should be single. I'm serious. Be single. Stop dating. Be single. Have a great time alone. Find out for yourself if you can 100% be okay alone before you date. That's what I found out. I had a great time when I was single.
And
now,
I know that
being single is so good for you. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's so good for you. So good for your mind and your body and your spirit. You can connect with your clitoris in a way that you could not connect with it with somebody else touching it. It's good for you. I don't know what the male equivalent of the clitoris is, but if I say it's in their butt, they'll be upset. So we're just gonna move past that.
I will be okay. And now I have an awesome time that I'm with someone. Like,
how'd you meet? I'm like, rewind, bitch. You can't just drop that shit and be like, anyways, be single. And any next question?
I love being single.
But
it's
you're
awesome.
not.
But even if I was, I'd be okay.
Being single is the most incredible time in your life to actually be so...
That part. I'm single even when I'm dealing with a guy, and I make sure they are clear on this. I just think that why ruin things with commitment?
Fucking selfish, so that the next time you get into a relationship, you know you're like, I'm never gonna put up with this anymore, because guess what? Doing this shit by myself is better. So unless you're making my life better, fuck right off. Okay, come on.
What's the question?
How'd you meet?
Through a friend. But it wasn't a setup.
Okay, just like...
Yeah, I just like Ada.
Who made the first move?
Me. I'm usually the one to make... like in every circumstance.
What is she putting in her mouth?
Explain to
like,
me
I need to know if she's stuffing more gum in, because if she is, I am enamored, because it reminds me, like, listen, when I get like rainbow gumballs, bitch, the way I'm like constantly like, just like, oh, if she's like consistently adding more gum, it looks like it's like gross ass mint gum, which is fine, but it looks like those little like square mint gums.
Start the dating
That she
process
just
with
keeps
someone?
adding?
Are you having to have them come over to your house? Are you going out in public?
I haven't dated someone since like this all like really blew up.
Yeah.
Like before I became, I'm dating the same person that I was dating before I got like it blew up. So
Okay.
I'm not sure how I would date
Okay.
now. I think it would actually be a nightmare. I think I would be like so fucking single right now.
Yeah, because you're terrified about
I'm
their intentions.
scared. I'm scared. I don't trust anyone. I just think in my head, I'm like, any new person that I am texting, I'm like, I'm assuming they will screenshot this and like send it to someone else. That's like why I can't.
You're like, I guess we're getting married.
No, I know.
Lucky for you.
Right.
How would you describe your type?
I really don't have one. I know everyone said that, but like, I don't know. I just love, as far as like looks and stuff, I don't really have a type, but I love art girls, like weird art girls who flip.
I like girls with glasses. When girls have on glasses. There's literally a tear coming to my eye. Girls in glasses are my kryptonite. Listen, the amount of times I got my public makeout on by being like, I really like your glasses. Girls with glasses are so hot. I used to be able to flirt, I think. And then they would be like, oh, really? And like, you know, I'd give them that look like, you know how you like look down at their lips and then like your lips so they get the idea, you know, where you're like, like a lizard. Anyways, the point is, girls in glasses, destruction. I love girls full stop, but girls with strong shoulders, ma'am. Girls with glasses are gonna just destroy my spirit every time. I'm just like, ugh. I'm realizing now I've never dated a glasses wearer. I'm a glasses wearer and I'm not opposed. It just never happened. Do they cling together when you both have them and kiss? Okay, hold on. I have like a little listen, I have a little bit, for example. We're having a lesson here. So here's the key. You have glasses, she has glasses. When you come in close, you have to do like a quick, as she starts coming in, you like pull them down and be like, oh. Or you can do like a nose where you pull them down further on your nose. You can also have them on the little chain so that you can be ready to be like, blop. This is gay things. Listen, but if you do it to me, I'm not gonna know you're trying to seduce me. The way it hurts my feelings, the amount of times that somebody has tried to like hit on, they're like, I was flirting with you, and I was like, listen, when I get this camera set up to like where I can wear glasses, I'll have my Hassan moment.
Love to read and love to like, who are like very niche. Like I probably like a girl that collects things and like is okay with an exotic pet, owned a hamster one time and would own one.
I'm so sorry, that's all girls. I've literally never met a girl who's not collecting shit, whatever it is, right? And like tons of different little collections. Okay, so this. These are my little cars that I make and create. This is my Lego collection, all right? Audra the Wizard of Oz. Oh my God, not me being the Wizard of Oz. Oh, God bless. Listen.
And again, or like doesn't give a fuck about their car, will pick up a worm, is not scared of like bugs and snakes, can get down watching a foreign film, would be okay like having zero plan. So like, have you ever taken the Enneagram test?
I have.
What?
Cannot tell you what my fucking number is because I did it so long ago. I think I'm an 8. Are you gonna walk out on me?
I'm an 8.
No.
That's rare.
I remember taking, everyone thought I was gonna be a 2. What the fuck is a 2?
And you're an 8?
I'm an 8.
Is this one of them weird ass online tests that you take that are mostly for white people? No hate. I'm just saying that they generally don't consider the characteristics of any other race of people when they make these tests. So they're not really for us, like Myers-Briggs and all that shit. Oh, I don't really like any of these personality tests because I can literally move them to be what I want them to be. Like if in the moment I want to seem like I'm more outgoing, then I'm gonna make it seem like I'm outgoing, even though I'm not really, but I can be when I choose to be. You know what I mean? Like when my social cup and my energy it's full, like I can be very outgoing and fun, but the second that it starts dropping, like get me the fuck out of here.
That's iconic.
Do you like me more now?
I
You're gonna say you love me. Yeah, we're both 8s. What
I
is
like
that
a 7. A 7 is someone who's like the enthusiast, like someone who's just like, woo, party, I just want to have a good time.
Maybe
and, like,
that's what I am. The enthusiast? What's an 8 called?
the challenger.
I'm the challenger.
That's me.
Dude, that's me. What the fuck?
That's cool.
What the fuck?
That's why I'm like pointing at people on the red carpet. I'm like the challenger.
Okay, good to know. What is the boldest thing you've ever done to shoot your shot with someone?
Send a nude. I guess. I don't know. Just like we'll be talking like regular, and I'll be like, that was one time. Another time.
I do enjoy a nude. I do enjoy a nude. The way that you can artistically express your naked body to someone else. I do enjoy a nude. Don't care. You're like, oh, what if your nudes end up on the line? Oh, okay. And so you're all gonna see that I'm fucking hot. Oh no. I'm hot, clothed, and naked. Oh, the terror. Oh,
this was so fucking stupid. I do not think, I'm like actually not proud of this. Ex-boyfriend's at the club. I'm at the club. I see him hitting on this girl. And I'm like, why the fuck is he doing this in front of me? This is evil. Like, we're both single at this point. So, whatever. He goes to the bathroom. I go up to this girl. And I'm like, I think you're so pretty. And then I steal her. And then at the end of the night, we were just making out. And he's just standing there.
Boss.
That's weaponizing gay. No. Actually.
No. Chappell.
Boss. Listen, this is the best part of the interview. Whatever gum she shot, like, I don't know what she had. Like, I swear she just keeps popping gum. And if I could ask her personally, like, as Chappell Roan, not her real self, I'd just be like, hi, Chappell Roan, I have a question for you about the Call Her Daddy podcast. My question to you is as such. How much gum were you putting in your mouth? Because I would love it to know that we are the same in that. Because, like, I will grab a handful of gumballs. Like, when I tell you I chaw gum, I'm not talking, like, first of all, I'm not talking about stick gum. Stick gum is garbage. I don't fucking want it. If you offer me stick gum, I'm gonna assume that you hate me. I really am. I'm gonna assume that you do not like me when you're offering me stick gum. I just think that you don't like me because I like bubble gum. Bubble gum. If you want to tell me I love you as a friend person, or I am in love with you. Depends on what flavor. I'm not going to tell you the flavors, but you would give me blow pops. And depending on which flavor you give me, lets me know which, because the blow pop is the best candy. And you're never going to change my mind on that. It is the best candy ever. It is both hard candy and bubble gum. I will not hear anything else about it. You will not argue with me. I will ban you. If you come on here trying to tell me some other candy is the best. No, that is a bannable offense. I'm just kidding. No, but yes. Blow pops are the best candy. 2 in 1. 2 in 1. Are you kidding me? All right, let's go, Chappell.
Well, that's
called being evil. And it's like,
I really like that she weaponized gay, because that's a story for another day.
I don't even know what he's on. Like, and that girl, like, her name was something crazy.
Was it Cloudy?
It was like Princely or something. Like, oh, it was crazy.
Were you even into her? Or were you like,
yeah, she was so pretty. And then I threw up outside and I was like, actually, this is so dumb. Like, what am I doing?
Did you wake up the next morning with the scaries, or were you like, victory?
I was just like, yeah, shame on you. You weaponized gay. I would never do that again.
Okay, but it made for a good fucking story on
I would, 'cause vengeance shall be mine.
Do you have any immediate deal breakers?
Car shit.
Yeah, this car shit is not.
Something happened to me. I don't.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I do have immediate deal breakers. Immediate.
Something happened to me.
Jesus.
Bad breath. Chewing with their mouth open is cray. People who like don't tip.
Oh my God.
That freaks me out. If they treat their waiter bad, I will never talk to them the same.
I feel like people always, whenever people are like, oh, that's obvious. But I'm like, no, but I feel like when it's rare, but when it happens, it is like so fucking crazy. And you sit there and you're like clenching your body. Like, you hear about this in the movies and it's fucking happening in front of my eyes. Get the fuck out of here, you freak.
I don't like that. I don't like when they talk about their exes badly or the women in their family badly. I don't date men anymore, but that was like a common thing.
It's really crazy.
It was like talking shit about their mom, about their sister. Yeah, dude. It's like, I'm sensitive to smells, though. But I'm thinking about immediate deal breakers. I don't know, dude. Like, I think their music taste says a lot.
What would turn you off?
Like, if someone doesn't like Beyonce, I'm like, that.
Immediately, if you watch the Joe Rogan Experience, we're done. If you're like, I was listening to Joe Rogan, I'd be like, oop. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Like, done. I don't care what your gender is. If you watch Joe Rogan, if you listen to that shit, I am finished. Good day, sir. Oh God, I would be so like just immediately.
That says a lot more than what I need. You know what I mean?
Is there anything that they could be into that you're like, no? You're like, you can't say it.
I can't say that.
Okay, let's talk about your new song, The Giver. What is the story behind it?
Yeah. If you quote it like Matt Walsh, nope. If you watch Destiny, didn't, nope. Like there's certain, if you're still listening to R. Kelly, finished. If you think that Ricky Gervais is so intellectual and smart, finished.
Well, I was just, oh God, I'm so annoyed with.
If their favorite
just-
movie is The Joker, yeah. If they don't know that Walter White is a villain, not an anti-hero, just a pure ass villain. Okay.
The boys, when I grew up, where I grew up, like just like literally talking about having sex with these girls and how like the girls loved it so much. And like I think about me and how performative I was and like how actually like when I started having sex with women, I didn't really even know what to do because I was so used to performing like everything, just like so performative. And
I'm going to have to do something, and I feel confident that by me doing this, it may upset the masses. And maybe other women in chat, women in femmes, may be able to negate me here. But the majority of noises made in the bedroom during ee-oo time, I should not have put it that way, but here we are not real noises. And it's not that we're faking it. It's that y'all have been conditioned by pornography to believe these noises are real. And if we're not making them, y'all think we're not having a good time. So we just perform that part. And sometimes we're making ourselves come. All right, there's a commercial break coming. There's nothing I can do about it. I'll be right back. Realistically speaking, I'm liking the second half of this interview significantly more than the first half. I think that you're seeing Chappell Roan realizing that the person that she's having this conversation with, Alex, daddy, is a safe space and is not trying to gotcha her, is not trying to catch her in something. And so she's becoming like more relaxed and chill about like the conversation. She's still keeping some of that guard, as she should. Celebrities should definitely keep their guard up, because there's always that thing that somebody might try to catch you in some bullshit. And I think a lot of people have forgotten like the way that paparazzi asked questions back in the day and would literally try to make you feel awful. Diane Sawyer, Britney Spears, anyone? Diane Sawyer, literally any young woman. You can clearly see that she's getting more comfortable through this conversation and dropping the pretense. And I'm enjoying her a lot more in the second half than I did in the first half. I also want to say that, again, by going through and watching this whole thing, because of the clips, and I saw this on Reddit. That's one of the reasons I brought it here. And I just kept going, like, there has to be more to it than this, because people are commenting real nastily. The misogyny of it all is gross. People very regularly try to make women look bitchy. And first of all, even if they are, who cares? That's why I just, listen, I'm gonna let Jennifer Lopez do whatever the hell Jennifer Lopez does. Like, I know that the people in the Spanish community have like a different feeling for her. The Latino community have a different feeling for her because she's Latino when she needs to be. Fine, I get it. I can't speak to it because I'm not Latino, so I'm not going to speak over people. But I will say, like, let her be a bitch in peace. Let her do her thing in peace. Like, if she wants to think she's the main character, maybe she is. Let her do it. Like, she wants to. Who cares? We don't do this to men. Like, Ed Norton is notoriously difficult to work with, is very self-absorbed from what we can tell, and nobody says anything about him other than like he's a great actor. The same thing with Christian Bale, the same thing with Jared Leto, except for Jared Leto has said that he is running a cult. That's fine. He can say that. Like, he's Jared Leto. I guess that's what he's going to do. And it's still cuckoo cuckoo for me. But I am going to say, we just don't do this to men. We don't regularly clip men out of context and then eat them up. Right? Because if you go to Reddit, you will see the clips in question, and then you will see people being like, oh, she's so awful. Oh, I wish she would stop talking. Right? And that's the first inclination you get when you see those clips. But then when you see it in context, you're like, oh, she's answering a question. I like the answer. She's not wrong. We're just like on this level of constantly trying to make women apologize for existing as a woman and having literally anything to say. We're always just like, oh, be quiet, women. It's just enough. Like, I think that she's actually, like, in this second half, engaging. It's fun. She's chewing the gum. I'm enjoying what she has to say. I'm not like bored like I was before. And that could have just been like me being hungry too. So I don't know, because I'm often hungry.
And I think about hooking up with women compared to men and like how much women give to their partner instead of like with men. obviously I was dating some not awesome people, but what the common denominator was like they could not get it through their head like what they're doing like wasn't right. And even if I was being like, I don't think that feels good, they were still doing it. But at that point, it's on me. It's like, bitch, just break up. What is wrong with you? But the fact that
Yeah. There's been many a woman or many a person with a vagina who has had this conversation where they're just like, I don't like this thing you're doing. And then they just keep doing it. And you're like, oh.
I have dated so many guys who do it wrong and don't really, they haven't figured out that they need to do better, that they need to give more, the giver. What I'm saying in the song is these country boys are not going to give you what you need. If you want to have an orgasm, which a lot of ladies don't, apparently.
No.
I didn't care about it my whole life, obviously, until I met women. And so,
to be fair, I do, but like it's not like when I was having the, but it's not because of them. It's because of me. I make myself have one. Thank you. Don't ask the hows and whys, but I feel like everybody who has a vagina knows exactly what I'm talking about. You just can make yourself have one for yourself.
it was like such a like, holy fuck. I'm gonna write The Giver about showing that actually sex should be a giving experience. And it's, of course, we love the kinky girls. Of course, we love the doms. We love the subs, like love. But there's still a give and there's still a giving, whatever. So I wrote The Giver about that. Just about like, I think specifically in femme relationships.
And so see, also watching this, like the fact that people are trying to say that she's utilizing the gay community to come up, like she is gay. And yes, again, as I said earlier, you can utilize the community that you are in to elevate your status. I don't feel like she's doing that. I feel like she's speaking about her personal experiences. Obviously, that's my interpretation, but I feel like she's speaking about her personal experiences and that resonates with people. What's wrong with that?
It's such an understanding that it is so a give,
It's mutual.
And I just feel like when I was with men, it wasn't mutual. I'm like, how did you date me for 4 years and you weren't concerned that I didn't orgasm? Not once. Again, it's on me. Like, boo-boo, you decided to stay in that relationship. But it's like, if I could not get my girlfriend there, I would do everything. I would do anything.
Yeah, I could never understand how I would date somebody for so long. Very specifically men, because women weren't like this, but I just couldn't understand it. Like, how do you not know I don't like sandwiches and you just like continuously suggest we go to Subway? And I've just been like, I don't like sandwiches. Like, oh, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. Subway. I feel confident I've told you every chance I get that I don't like sandwiches. Very odd that you would suggest that. Meanwhile, dating women, you're like, I don't like sandwiches. And the first thing she says is like, well, I was thinking we could go here to eat like sushi because I know that you don't like sandwiches. Girl, yes. Yes, I hate sandwiches. Thank you for paying attention to. I just think that in general, men don't pay attention to all of the details, and that's on them. Like if you don't want to pay attention to the details, fine, but recognize that like those details start to add up, and that's why men are surprised when a relationship ends, and women are not. Women are not surprised when their girlfriend comes and says like, "Oh, hey, I broke up with him," and we're like, "Yeah, we know, he sucked." Men are often surprised because they just are very regularly not paying attention. They don't do the things that they say they're going to do. And all those little things add up and they just don't recognize that they've been adding up over time. And that's what they end up calling nagging when you're like literally trying to get it across to them. Hey, big guy. Hi. So flowers? Do you want to, I like flowers. It'd be cool if you'd give me some. And then they throw a fit and they're like, you're always nagging me. I can't do things for you. And everything I ever do is good enough. You're like, I didn't say that. It's not that nothing you ever do is good enough. It's just that most of the things you do are for you and not me. And that's the problem. Okay.
However long. I don't care. I would do anything. Why did they not do anything? Why didn't they want to do anything? Why didn't they want to do everything for me?
We just start crying.
I do everything for my girlfriend,
No, it's so fucking sad. I was in the same position. I stayed in a relationship and I literally would just lay there and be like, I think he actually thinks he's hitting the clit and like he's at like the bottom of my labia. Like,
but do you tell him to go up?
I in moments would, but I would find like it's fucking hard because then they shut down and then and then it's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like your little fucking ego, you piece of shit. But no, then you're just like, Jesus Christ, and then you're like, I literally would go in the shower and just fucking masturbate.
Yeah.
Like, God bless me in America.
show of hands of people who've had sexual encounters with men who have had to finish their business after the party was over. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. But then eventually I started to get fucking vocal towards the end of like, if you can't fucking find it in 30 minutes, I gotta go. Yeah, then it is kind of on you.
I could lie and say I like it like that, like it like that. I could lie and say I like it like that, like it like that.
When I started hooking up with women, I realized how easy it is, actually.
Thank you.
I realized how easy it is to eat a girl out. And how this whole time I thought it was, your neck hurts so bad. It's like hard, my jaw hurts. You know what's hard? Sucking dick.
Listen.
Eating a girl out, you can lay down. It's
I didn't think that this interview was gonna have me liking Chappell Roan, but girl, the DS is so much work. You just get like tired. You're like, oh God, can we take a break? Like, can we order lunch? let me order some food. I'll get back to it in a minute. let me have some water. Can I have some water and a snack and I'll get back to this? No, you can just sit over there while I eat. It's fine.
It's actually, I was fooled. I was foolish to think that, of course it wasn't as hard.
It's not that anybody needs to know that, but it's not as hard. First of all, because like you have so you kind of know like what you would, and you're doing it like you would like it done to you, and then like you don't even mind adjusting. Like if she's like, oh, you know, a little bit more, like you're like, okay. I feel like there's less friction in correcting and moving somebody to what you want to do with women. But if you try to tell a man like, I don't like that or this, they just get very like defensive about it, and you're like, okay.
Of course it wasn't. That's why I would never do anal, because I was like, then let me peg you. They would be like, oh, no way. Why not we just try? Let me peg you, and then maybe we'll try.
Right, like let's Uno reverse. We both, if you want to do it, I want to do it. And then they're like, no, babe,
That's one thing.
We're definitely going to have to edit the word, but like she is correct. If you can't take it, then you shouldn't dish it out.
Thing that we both have that type. We both have that hole. Figure it out. But when I started hooking up with women, I was like, fuck you guys. This is one, enjoyable, first of all.
Finally.
Second of all, way easier. It's actually fucking crazy. So what? You can't find the clit. Work harder. It may take 10 minutes longer. That's fine. I was always confused why my boyfriends didn't want to go down. Like,
because they're just so fucking selfish.
Is that what it is? Or
Yeah.
do you think that men don't actually like vulvas?
I think they do.
You think they do like that?
I think they do.
They do.
I think they're terrified of their masculinity being threatened if they don't really know what to do because they're so fucking dumb. So then they just are like, I guess it's different with certain men.
Have you hooked up with a woman?
Yeah, because they all have to stop doing the blah, 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 situation down there. Please stop it. It's not cute. Don't do it.
No. Should I?
Yeah, first of all, yes.
Matt?
But like, sorry to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying I think that there's a different level of men depending on how fucking toxic masculinity they're working with. Because I think some men are just like, I'm not fucking doing that. Then other men are like, I really want to try, but then they need to be taught. But their ego has to be intact for them to be taught. And
Correct.
then they can be taught. Trust me, they can be taught.
Not her looking at the side.
Sucking dick. You only do one thing. Sometimes you can get crazy. But really it's only one type of motion. Vulvas are so different, so intricate that it's hard. It's harder to find a clitoris and do exactly what someone with a clitoris likes than sucking a dick.
That's completely fair. Because it's like you have to also...
Listen, it's a crazy, beautiful cave. And if I still engaged in all the... It's a crazy, beautiful cave. Right? The song that's playing in my head right now is Girls Don't Like Boys, Girls Like Cars and Money. I don't know why.
stay at the certain paces. They're gonna like it's a whole...
Yeah, like it is a lot more complicated, but like I am just confused why I'm just confused. You know what? I'm confused by myself for staying and settling.
I think that's fair. I think a lot of people are. Do you like to give first or receive first with your partner?
Go first.
Okay. PDA or keep it private?
Don't fucking do that. Don't. Actually, legit, don't. I just got like really stressed out.
FaceTimes or phone calls?
I like both.
Okay.
I like both. I feel like a lot of Gen Z is just FaceTime instead of call, but like I like both.
Yeah, depending on the vibe.
Yeah.
Late night or morning sex?
Late night.
Yeah.
Late night.
Make the first move or be pursued?
Make the first move.
Pursued.
Back in the day, drunk sex or high sex?
Neither.
God, both are awesome. But I probably high sex now.
Yeah, agree. Wand or rabbit?
I do not fuck with rabbits.
Yeah,
I don't
wand.
fuck with like a lot of them, honestly.
What is your favorite?
I guess wand.
Wand.
Or like the little the rose thing, but it's not the rose.
Have you tried the one that like pulsates and it's like the womanizer thing?
Yes.
Like, it just like pulsates on your clit. It's the best fucking thing ever.
Yes.
I use it like every time I have sex.
Work. That is like what is also so different about for me, it's like for some reason a lot of men that I've been with have been really uncomfortable with me using toys, but like I think it's like
They always are because they don't want to compete against the toy. They think they're competing because men are always competing. They don't understand it can be complementary and that your girl could have a really great ginormous O if you would just bring the toys in. But y'all just steady thinking that, like, oh, I'm more than enough. Like, babe, there's a large population of people with a vagine that quite literally do not get off from pen. Like, that is not how they O. They just don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not how they experience their climactic moment. So if you were a man and grown enough to recognize that in your partner, you would bring in some complementary tools to help get your lady there. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make you less. What makes you less is that she's unsatisfied afterwards and then has to go in the shower and turn on some music really loud so that you don't hear the soft thing going on so that she can finish off herself and have a good night.
like a given with a lot of like gay sex, so it's kind of awesome that that's not even like
I think that every single person should be able to bring toys into the bedroom, and if your partner doesn't let you, he's a little fucking bitch boy. Okay, I promise we're wrapping up. Just a couple more questions. I want to just talk to you about, obviously your career has been fucking insane this year. Like, I don't even have words to describe it, and with so much of that comes like what we were talking about earlier, just like pressures and things that you don't know how to handle. Like, have any female artists in the industry ever reached out to you to offer support in all of this?
Yeah, like almost every girl.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
What piece of advice do you think has helped you the most in all of this?
Just that it feels like puberty. It's like everything is going to change and everything is going to hurt and everything is going to be uncomfortable now, and that like there is a way to make life bearable again. And just like Katy Perry literally was so straight up. She was like, just don't read the comments. Good night. And she like, when she came up to me at Sweat Tour, she was like, just don't read the comments, honey. Bye bye. And just like hopped off. And I was like, actually, yeah. Why am I doing this to myself? And she is so like, these women have fucking done it, like, and are still doing it in the way they're.
I mean, I do still have problems with Katy Perry, but you know, it more has to do with like two situations that I'm not going to get into now, but it does appear that she is sometimes definitely a girl's girl. Not all the time.
Still doing it is by ultimate protection. And another, I mean, the best piece of advice was spend more than you're comfortable with on security. That's the thing you don't realize. You don't realize how many people are watching you when you don't realize they are. Like,
girl,
everyone wants, some people want me dead. Like, It's crazy. People know everything about me. People know my flight numbers. People know everything. That was the crazy part. It happened literally overnight. Like, I landed, like everything was normal. Did gov ball. It was fine. I was walking around New York. I was getting stopped, like, oh my God, la. I was like, oh, Then I do Fallon, fly back the next day from Fallon, land at the airport. There was someone waiting for me at my gate. And this has never happened before. And I was like, oh, what? I was like, how did you get in here? And like, they had like my album and stuff, and they had bought a ticket to get through TSA just to get to my gate. And then like, when I got to baggage claim, there were 5 people waiting. So literally overnight, and then it like happened so much after that, and it like stuff has been happening like that since.
The feeling of being watched is the weirdest fucking thing.
I get why it's addictive though. It's addictive to walk in and know that everyone's looking at you and that everyone's saying, that's addictive. Fame is so addictive. I get it. I get why people want this forever.
Do you have like moments where you're like, holy shit, am I too in it right now? Like, do you ever have moments where you try to pull back, whether it's like, I need to pull back on public appearances a little bit, like I need to fucking be in a reality for like just a little bit more before I push myself back into it?
Well, that's why I do like stuff like this, because it's fun.
Yeah.
Doing stuff that's soul sucking is actually where I lose myself.
Yeah.
So if I'm like, I can do my job, but as long as it's fun, then I feel like I haven't lost myself. But what feels
girl, I wish I could do a job that was fun, because my job is definitely soul sucking.
like I'm too in it is when I start caring about numbers.
Yep.
When I start caring about charts, when I start caring about checks, when I start caring about like, well, what is she doing? Oh, she's doing that much touring? Okay, let's add some more. It's like, that's when I'm not in reality anymore, because like, actually the only thing that matters is like, I go out on stage and like make like me smile, and then some other people smile, and then I get off stage and pay my rent, and that's it.
Tell me, if you have to, in just like one of the accomplishments or just a moment from this past year that you're the most proud of.
I mean, the VMAs were so awesome. I had a
That
great
was
time. I had a
good.
great time at the Grammy.
Listen, she hit my good singing cry, so
Like,
that was good.
I think what I'm actually most proud of myself for is like, dang, I didn't bend at the knee. I did not kiss the ring. That's actually what I think I'm the most proud. I did not jump through the hoops that I was told I had to get a fucking Grammy, or like I did not have to kiss the ring of whoever. Like, you either like me as I am, or don't invite me to a party, or don't invite me to an award show, or don't expect me to like, I don't know. I'm most proud of myself for doing what makes me feel like a good person over what is the most, how can I get the most money, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want to feel like a good person. I don't care about anything else in this world. Like, that's my deepest fear of all time. In my heart of hearts, my deepest fear is feeling like a bad person and doing everything I can to be a good person, and then still realizing I'm actually bad. But that's some Christian guilt there.
Dude, growing up Catholic, I was like,
Yeah.
you can't shake it. It's fucking hard. Favorite song to perform?
I like My Kika's Karma.
Love. Who is your dream artist to collaborate with?
SZA.
Fuck,
Why
that
she
would be
sound
good.
like that?
You started off 2025 winning a Grammy. Can you tease anything else to the Daddy Gang of what is to come this year?
Did you say
The
Daddy
Giver is
Gang?
not the only song. I will say that. And girl, you know I'm going to be coming out with looks for the festivals.
Chappell Roan, thank you so much for coming on Call Her Daddy.
Yes, thank you, Chappell Roan. Thank you. Listen, I'm so glad I watched that. I'm glad I watched it. The start of the interview, I was massively bored by her. And I think that a lot of that, obviously my interpretation, was that she just hadn't gotten comfortable yet, because there's been so many times where she's had interviews and whatnot where people are just trying to get a soundbite. They're trying to get a clippable moment from her, and it's painful. And so when she realized that Alex wasn't out to do that to her, you can see her like chill. I think she's awkward just in general, but I feel like the second half, she was just like more relatable. She was at ease. Once she recognized that the interviewer, Alex, was not trying to humiliate or embarrass her or ask her out of pocket questions, which some people might, have a different feel on what was out of pocket, but like, it wasn't trying to like, gotcha, bitch, she relaxed and started to have more fun with the interview. I think it's hard to have these appearances and not really know if they're trying to do that to you, right? Because we've had decades that we can like literally go back on and watch interview, especially and very specifically with women, where they're like constantly trying to like catch them in something. Gotcha, bitch. We watch Ellen do a whole ass thing with Taylor Swift and who she dated. Just gross things like that, where it's like, can we just leave a bitch alone? Can we just let a bitch have a life? Can we please do that? I think that people are spending a lot of time doing the thing that people love to do most, especially and specifically with women, is to build them up so that they can trample all over them. Because how dare you know you're good at something? How dare you make art and we like the art and you're good at the art and you not be modest about it? Why should she be modest about her art? She's good at it. Women don't have to be modest and pretend to be humble so that you can feel good about liking them. And again, if you are a woman or femme and that's the feeling that you had about her, I'm hoping that this does help you to see and like work through and start breaking down that internalized misogyny we all have and have to keep working against on a regular basis. It doesn't just go away. You have to regularly check your biases on this. That's why I did this. That's why I was looking at it, because I saw just the clips and I had to take a breath, a moment, and be like, I need to watch this thing, because I have a suspicion that she has been clipped out of context, because the past has taught me this. And now I am correct. I was correct that she was clipped out of context. Did she say those things? Yes, but the context was missing. So it makes her look like a spoiled, entitled bitch. When you like watch the whole thing, that's not really what happened, right? Like you end up coming back to the fact that, did she say that wild ass shit about people having children being in hell? Yes, but does she come back around and go, well, no, because they love their children? Yes. Sar. I think in the end, this actually ended up making me like Chappell Roan. I've been watching bits and pieces of her here and there, and most of it has been clips, which is why like I haven't reacted a lot to her, just because I try to check my biases and make sure that before I really have like a lot of comments on some of, especially women, things that they're saying, that I try to go and find the full context. And I encourage everybody to do the same. When you see something that a female celebrity or a female YouTuber or whatever has said, and it looks like she's being bitchy or, you know, out of pocket or pithy or whatever it is, I encourage you to go check the original source and see the context in its entirety. If it still doesn't change your mind, it doesn't change your mind. But if it wakes you up for a second, that's extra cool. So, you know, that is it for this video. Honestly, I'm sitting here at 15.1K subscribers, and like, I kind of want to throw up. Like, what are y'all doing here? What are you doing here? And now I feel awkward about being like, I guess if you like this, you can subscribe, like, carefully. I guess, yeah, if you like the video, like it. If you didn't, you know, don't. If you want to subscribe, you can. It's fucking freaking me out. I don't know how to make goals. I don't know how to celebrate. It's exciting, but also like I don't know what to do about it, because realistically it doesn't change my everyday life, but it does. It validates my vanity, and it validates my certified yapper status. And that's, you know, that's it. That's all. Okay. I'm crushing into myself. Anyways, until next time, I am so pretty and so are you. God dang, can I get a booty like that?
Always wonder what it'd be like to kiss a girl, honestly. Yeah, I wonder too. Yeah.